Hello, Charkie.
Hey, Cass.
Despite what the stream title says, we are not just streaming more of, well, what did I even have up there? Something that wasn't Descent to Undermountain. Yeah, well, we're doing Descent to Undermountain, unfortunately.
Oh, you don't want to play... You don't want to play more fighting games?
Not right now. Not until we are contractually obligated to bring that segment back in approximately 1 month's time as part of our schedule where we space these things apart to some extent. I don't know. That was a rough one last time. A rough fight night for me. This, you know, in terms of my morale. And this one is too.
You were good though. You're really close.
Yeah, close with a 5-1 to you.
Every match was like the tiebreaker. Anyway, that's not the point of this. The point of this tonight is to send to Undermountain, right?
Which again, I know I've privately apologized to you, but allow me to publicly apologize to you for having to drag you into this with me. I thought I was just going to do this one solo. I thought I was just going to torture myself, you know, and whoever would decide to watch. But I quickly realized, oh boy howdy, I need someone to bounce off of for this. I need someone to keep me company in the depths of Undermountain.
I really don't get why you're apologizing to me for this, but maybe I'll find out. Who knows?
So have you watched the first episode?
Well, now I have to apologize to you because no, I have not.
Well, no, that's fair. Episode. So that explains why you don't know why I am apologizing to you, you see? There's really not much else to it but to do it, to dive back in. Unless...
Well, there is one other thing. Should I do it? Yeah, let's do the stream snack.
Thank God. Something to bring a little levity to this night, to bring a little bit of excitement into the proceedings tonight. Please take it away.
All right. Tonight's stream snack, a drink is, once again, Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut, because I went from the creamy coconut to the strawberry and cream, because I was like, I think I like strawberry and cream better. And then I had strawberry and cream again. I was like, actually, I like the coconut better. I think I've come around the coconut one. I like it the most. Too bad it's seasonal. Anyway, so that's our drink. Tonight's food is bird's eye cauliflower wings, garlic parmesan, lightly breaded cauliflower florets with the garlic parmesan sauce.
That sounds gourmet, dare I say.
I showed it to a friend of mine, and he said, I can feel the sodium coming off of it from here. But let me have a taste. Oh, that's really good.
Is it just pure salt?
That is really good.
Or...
Yeah, I mean, yes, it is. But the garlic parmesan sauce is so creamy. It's so rich. It almost kind of tastes like a Caesar salad.
I don't know if that sells me on it personally, but I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Well, I think it's the Parmesan that's giving me that taste. But this is very, very rich. I was like a little disappointed at how relatively few florets were in here, but this is so rich. This is one of the best stream snacks I've had, I think.
Well, very good. That'll be good for when we get the ranking list finally started for this, when we properly put them in order. I'm just drinking tequila tonight, even though I shouldn't be, even though I'm very sick at the moment.
You're still sick from yesterday?
Yeah, I had some bad ramen. Here's my, not stream snack, here's my off-stream snack update. Here's Cassidy's snack corner. I went out for lunch yesterday with one of my clients. We went to a ramen place. I got a spicy miso ramen, and it just had ground beef in it. But it wasn't like seasoned. I think it was just like straight up like ground beef, cooked, tossed it in there. So it tasted bad going down, and it tasted even worse coming back up. So that's where I'm at right now. But maybe this tequila will help wash away some of the pain. And, you know, it's good to bring a bottle with you as you descend into Undermountain, I hear.
You need provisions, yeah.
So let's go ahead and get this streamed out to you.
Ready?
Take my DOS box, please.
Now, for the sake of the audience, and for me, who has not seen the first episode, can you get us up to speed a little bit on what happened previously? Where the story, the framing device, and what you did.
Okay. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
All right, we're good to go after that.
Okay.
All right, so there's this guy named Kelvin, right? He is head of Waterdeep here, or he speaks on behalf of the people in charge of Waterdeep, and he's been sending us on missions. And when I say us, I mean our halfling, half fighter, half thief peacemaker.
Okay.
We've done a few odd jobs for him thus far. And this latest one saw us trying to get a lead on the Shadow Thieves. It's some Thieves Guild type thing deep in Undermountain. Undermountain being this place that you get to by elevator in the middle of a tavern, which is full of perils and treasures to boot. And, yeah. It occurred to me that this quest here, this is the third quest in the game out of 15, I believe. And it occurs to me we've gone well and beyond the purview of what this quest was supposed to be. So we actually need to... Well, first we need to fall down a hole, it looks like. Forgot this place is laden with traps, but we need to get back to the surface so that I can cash in the quest I've completed thus far. Alright, I think that's where the hole in the floor is. God damn it. Would you believe me if I told you that if you turn gravity on in Descent and try to turn into a platformer, it doesn't make for the smoothest controlling thing you've ever played?
Well, I mean, you should have taken the mining ship class.
The what now class? Oh, yeah,
the mining ship.
Yeah, the free space or what? Freelancer? Is Freelancer Descent? Those are the same universe, I think.
I think you're right. I can't remember though.
I know I'm not describing where I'm going right now, but it'll make sense on the way back in. For now, just take my word that I'm an expert navigator.
I also wanted to check the time frame on this game because I mean, there's a lot of games in this vein of this sort of dungeon crawler. But like the first thing that came to my mind looking at this is like Ultima Underworld.
Yes, Ultima Underworld does certainly predate this, and it does share some developers too.
And which I think I had heard. I thought I had heard that there were some Ultima Underworld developers on this, and that game was 1992, and this is 1997. Granted, it was not supposed to come out in 1997.
Yes, I will say that for those who don't know, for at least a little bit of history here, Ultima Underworld beat Wolf and I think Doom too. I mean, it beat Doom, but did it beat Wolf to the punch? I believe it beat Wolf 3D to the punch in terms of having texture mapped 3D. In terms of having the pseudo... actually, it had full 3D environments for what it was worth, or 2.5D, but it had the illusion of... Anyway, it was very early 3D first-person game.
Beat it by a couple of months.
Yeah. And that was kind of a big deal, because Ultima was kind of a big deal, and to have a fantasy game in that perspective was a big deal for folk. That guy is a skeleton. He's looking at us from up there. We'll deal with him on the way back in.
I've been watching this Ultima retrospective series on YouTube.
Yeah, Spoony one. Yeah, I wonder what happened to that guy. No.
Yeah.
Different one, I assume.
Yeah, a guy named Madular. He's doing these real deep dives into Ultima. And it's like, if you want to compare it to Spoony, it's not like the story-based, get really invested, really passionate about it in that way. Like, he obviously likes the games, but there's a lot of history on like the context of games being developed and like the troubles the studio went through and how they overcame it. It's a real good series. I recommend it. It has nothing to do with this game.
Sure.
But I'm looking forward to them eventually getting to underworld.
General Zikimzon in the chat saying they agree that the guy's Ultima videos are great, for starters. And secondly, that they were someone who was hyped for this game. So we have a real old head in the chat. And, and I thank you for tuning in and for seeing us along this journey. This was absolutely a game which people were rightfully excited about, especially if you were, a Dungeon and Dragon head. But even if you were just like a fan of 3D games of this era, because they were touting this as being something that was going to like really revolutionize the whole damn thing. And whether it did that or not, I suppose it's a matter of perspective, but in most people's perspectives, the answer is no. So I'm just going to the store real quick, or the marketplace, to sell some of my wares, some of my unnecessaries.
I really liked Descent. I'm not sure if at the time or even around the time this would have caught my interest, knowing that it was part of the Descent lineage. And I assume that's not it's that lineage. I mean,
you can say engine in this case. You can say this is straight up a case of the same engine. Yes.
Yeah. But I don't know if the attachment to Descent would have gotten me interested in this. I mean, I guess that's not the point. The point is people interested in Dungeon Girls and D&D would be interested in this. But they did seem really kind of hone in on the fact that this was the Descent engine.
Well, because Descent was a technical marvel for the time. Yeah. Like that's the thing I'm talking about. Like why there was a crowd that was not like D&D heads that were still excited about this, because Descent was like genuinely revolutionary. And so there were people who were just like, you're telling me that like we have an RPG built on that same engine, using that same technology. And, granted, that was not the best laid plan. Granted, it meant this game barely ran on computers of the era. Granted, it means a whole lot of things that all ended up being net negatives for the game. But, an attempt was made, right? That's the... It sounded like a good idea at the time. I sold all of our spells, by the way. We picked up a lot of scrolls for learning spells and the like, but we are not a mage. But we are going to amaze our Keldon when we turn in this quest. Oh, our characters attain new fighter levels. That's always good.
Welcome back.
But I wanted lover levels. Oh, I don't want to fight.
So, it is as I feared. The Shadow Thieves have returned. If they have a lair within Undermountain, their daggers are not far from all of our backs. You have done well.
We get a treasure chest every time. Like, that looks like enough gold to retire off of to me, personally. And yet...
More about their plans. I need to know whether
greedy
thieves are an advanced party or a major base. I need to know if they have allies deeper within Undermountain. And if you encounter them, I would advise you to slay them. They shall certainly try to do the same to you, or worse. Now, if you'll excuse me...
What's worse than trying to... What's worse than death in this universe?
People in chat are talking about WRPGs, and
Western
I'm going to admit,
RPGs.
Okay, Western, I was making sure. I'm going to admit, I've never seen anyone say WRPG.
It's interchangeable with CRPG, to a certain extent.
I usually always...
There is delineation, but... Alright, so we got our quest now to go inside the Thieves Guild, the Shadow Thieves hideout, which is actually where we started the episode and where we were leaving from. So I may have gone a little too far, but that's okay, because I think I did not pick up the thing that is necessary for completing the fourth quest that we have now officially started. This guy here is where we go to level up our thief skills, which is good, because I need to max this out real quick. Or as much as the game will let me. We have not had to open a single lock. I want to see that skeleton. You say spider, I say I want to see skeleton, man. Alright, that's good. The description of an Undermountain sounds quite different than the one I'm used to. I guess a lot has changed lately. They're alluding to this fact that...
And then you reply by saying, press enter!
So what they're saying is that Undermountain shifts, it distorts, there's some magic that is meant to change the circumstances of what it looks like for different adventures. Except it's not. It is completely static in terms of actual gameplay, but narratively, you get what I mean?
Okay, so narratively, this game takes place during a singular run of a roguelike.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. Oh. Dang it. I picked these up in the wrong order. So you can't order stuff.
I remember what immersive mode is.
You can't... How do I describe this again? You cannot organize things on your hotbar. You can't just drag and drop and put them in the slots you want. It's entirely contingent on the order you pick things up in while you have empty slots on the hotbar. So that's very cool. I hear you're trying to find Mascar's Beetle. That's the... I'm not. That's actually the 5th quest. They're spoiling things right now. I suppose it would amuse Kelvin if you found it before Mascar did. They are not on the best of terms. I don't know who any of those people are. I don't even know what that scarab is, like, for all intents and purposes, like, you know, in terms of continuity here.
So on.
Uh-oh. Who do you think you are wrecking the place? Do you think I tolerate vandals? If you weren't helping Kelvin, I'd throw you in the pit. As it is, you'd better give me 10 gold pieces to repay the damage, or I'm taking it out of your hide. So I busted some tables because I was stuck inside of them. So I needed to break them so we could continue playing the video game. Would he accept an apology instead, I wonder? Let's find out. Oh, apology accepted. I must be getting soft to my old age. The head's always the first to go. So that's nice. It is nice that he had a response for me destroying an entire row of tables here. Granted, I did that like at the very beginning of the game, so he's only noticing like 3 hours afterwards, despite having a front row seat to it. But let's see if he has anything else to say. Nope, no, that's all he had to say. That's good. And what about you, Paladin Star?
Go break more of my tables and then come back.
I've heard there's a Mulroney temple in Undermountain. I've always wanted to go visit the East. So many fascinating people and customs in the old empires. Mulroney?
I think so. That's what it looked like.
This
What,
is
did it just slap you?
from me to you.
No, it's just some idle animations. Thank you, Gascan. More like Descent to Thundermountain, they say. If you say so. Apparently, this is the only character in this game besides Kelvin himself that like appears in other D&D stuff, like maybe some like the AD&D books. This is her only video game appearance, and they really captured the golden locks, her luscious head of hair that I've seen in her other character art. I really like the way her chest disappears.
Her face and cape.
Yeah, when you look at her from certain angles, it's one of those cloaks of invisibility. You see.
Listen, the Descent engine is not good at rendering things to different angles. You have to expect this.
Clearly. Oh. No one in here, which is good. General Zikimzon says, what do you guys think about the Gorgons Alliance? You're asking the wrong person.
It's a threat to our way of life. I don't know what the Gorgons Alliance is. I will look it up.
Hello there. It's good to see you again. I'd appreciate if you could look for Kianda. I don't know who Kianda is, lady. But
1997 strategy game from Synergistic Software and Sierra Online.
Okay, I thought it was like a piece of arcane D&D lore, and I was about to be like, I'm not that deep in it. Alright, this guy here, he owes us 100 fucking gold, because he bet that we wouldn't come out of Undermountain alive. Welcome. I suppose I should apologize for what I've said about you in the past, but I've never been very good at this sort of thing. Have a pleasant day. Dude, I don't care, just give me my gold. Well, you've lasted longer than I thought. Perhaps you are made of sterner stuff than I thought. I just want the gold.
Perhaps you're as stern as this 100 pieces of gold and the metal they contain.
I swear to God, this guy's supposed to pay up at a certain point.
I want to, when we're done talking to people, I want to springboard off of the question about the Gorgons Alliance.
Sure, and give me 2 seconds because I want to do one thing real quick.
Okay.
Here we go. Full first-person view if you want it. You don't have any of your heads-up display elements, so this is like the worst possible way to play, but...
You also don't have a lot of your frames.
No, I think we've lost a few in the process here. But, you know, that just goes to show that you can potentially max out the viewport. Or if you want to maximize frame rate, you can just play entirely in the inventory screen here. And you see, look at that top right corner go. Hot damn. You wouldn't happen to have found a large diamond down the dungeon. I've been looking for one quite a while. I'd pay 3,000 gold. Yeah, I did find it. Take it. Give me 3,000 gold. Thank you.
Did he actually give you 3,000 gold, or why is there just a mind flayer back here?
Yes, he did. This guy is a nice mind flayer. He's supposed to, for a fee, we're supposed to be able to pay him gold. Watch out for orcs, madam. They can be stronger than they look. We're supposed to be able to talk to this guy, and we're supposed to pay him, like, money for advice and for hints. But I've not been allowed to do that at any point, because all these NPCs and all the triggers for all, like, their advancements and progressions are, like, either broken or non-existent. It is either remnants of mechanics that were just kind of, like, forgotten about at a certain point, or they just, like, update so infrequently that you're punished for even deigning to check in with them. But, you had a point you wanted to make.
Oh, I had a question I wanted to spring off of. So I'm granting that you're a little younger than me. Not that much, but a little. Around this time, though, 1997. This is where it would actually matter, in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
Were you into RPGs at all? Like CRPG or JRPG? Either.
I had certainly sampled a few. I would have played, like, some version of, like, one of the Ultimas. I couldn't tell you which I would have played first. Probably not, like, Ultima 1 or anything. It probably would have been, like, an Ultima 4 or something. I was aware of RPGs as far as, like, their capacity, like, action RPGs. Like, I'm sure I would have played A Legend of Zelda by that point. Well, I can't kill that bat, so that's a lucky day. Yeah, I was privy. I would have known what a role-playing game was. Especially, you know, like, with Final Fantasy VII coming out, too. I would have been on that, like, day one.
Right. So, like, I was definitely not into CRPGs back in the day. I was definitely into, like, Final Fantasy. Like, Final Fantasy VII, I owned several copies of that. I owned, like, the PC version and PlayStation 1 version. And that's where I got on the Final Fantasy to begin with. The thing was, back then, I was not good at RPGs, and I was not good at sticking with them. I think the first foray into trying to get into CRPGs, actually, it was...
Why can't I climb up this? I have, like, very high climb wall. Sorry. I want to talk to that skeleton guy, and they're not letting me yet. Perhaps later.
I was going to say my first thing into CRPGs was Nox, but that's not correct. That's not a CRPG. I wouldn't call it that. I would call that more like a Diablo kind of game. I think my first attempt actually would have been, like, Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, that's an appropriate year for it.
And I was way too young to comprehend Baldur's Gate.
You know what game, like, one of the first RPGs, like, Western RPGs I really got into? Neverwinter Nights. I had a friend who had that, and we would spend hours, like, creating, like, these really stupid little quests with our teenage brains combined. So that was a definitely, like, a big moment in this genre for me, and in appreciating it.
I guess I was thinking, I was saying I was too young to understand Baldur's Gate, but no, because there were people younger than me who were, like, playing Ultima when that was new, and, like, being able to do it.
What the fuck? Why are you attacking me? I saved your... Oh, well, whatever. Then now they're okay with me.
This is our cultural greeting. Yeah!
Alright. Did you see those 3 goblins get kidnapped? No. Huh? Is that your leader up there? Yeah! Me no listening. Yeah, they have some speech patterns that are...
You going to... Okay. Like, he does not appear to be hostile right after he, like, shanked you for 3 damage.
Well, here's the thing. I just want to talk to this guy here. I think this is the leader. You want something? You make good love toy. You stay here next to me. I keep you safe. Har har. That's nice, but where are the Shadow Thieves hiding? Hey, what I look like? Mel Minsker or something? I know where dem Thieves are. You the sneaky one, don't you
Oh,
know?
Thieves. Thieves, like thieves.
All I know, days 2 ways in days lair, front ways and back ways. I'm just gonna speak like a normal. I can't keep reading these in the way that they're written. Something I can help. Something I can do for you, madam. Why did your people attack me? This is our home. When we come here, none are here. It is all rock and stone. We build and we make a good home. Purity home, I say. Kill any intruders. Try and take our home. Kill them dead. If you be an intruder, we will kill you dead. Something I can do for you, milady.
Something I can do for you, milady.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to activate a side quest here by saying I heard some of you goblins were taken prisoner. Yes, it is not enough for them thieves to hurt us. They need take us too, do all kinds of unspeakable things. You find them, you bring back our cousins. I give you a grand feast, all in your name. Okay.
The Deaf Pharaoh says, this kind of writing is exactly why Warhammer orcs annoy the heck out of me. Warhammer orcs are kind of like one of the only bits of Warhammer I like, because they're just loud and annoying.
Oh, Yatakabra! I am glad we've met here, you good woman. You're not like them dirty thieves. Alright, so we got ourselves a side quest now. There are some goblins we want to rescue from the Thieves Guild. I've already killed most of the thieves, so that's going to save us some time. Unless I get stuck on a goblin, that's going to waste some time for us. But is this still floating here? Yeah, it's still floating there. That's good.
Why is it floating there?
You know, because everything floats down here. They all float down here, Charkie. I gotta find my way back now to the entrance, to the hidden entrance to the Shadow Thieves' lair from whence we came. Ah, here we are. And there it is. A lot of illusory walls in this game, especially in this section of the game.
You running around that fast and like all those messages like go through, it seems like makes it seem to me like there's like a desperate DM trying to get you involved in the story, and you're like, no,
you hear a click from the door ahead. It's like, nope, I'm not listening, but what about this, the wind and the breeze here? And it's just like, nope, can't hear you. If I move fast, they can't instruct me.
This is an old thing, but I saw a video today talking about like a Reddit post. Do you hear about the 44 D&D rules? You ever see that?
The 44 D&D rules. I'm surprised there's that few.
Okay, so what happened was, assuming this wasn't like made up, which internet could have been, but someone in a D&D group, like who was a DM, like took a break, and then he comes back and he sends out a list of 44 rules for his players to follow if he's going to DM for them. And this is the angriest DM in the world. / pettiest. And the post is gone from Reddit now. It's got deleted. But I was able to pull up 16 of them. I still have not seen like the full list. Like even the guy doing the YouTube video was like, I don't want to keep reading these.
Uh-oh. I'm sticking in the floor here. Oh, and I
so
got
naturally, I want to read these for you.
Please do. Give us some rules for our adventure here. Oh, I've been down here already. Oh, wait. No, wait. What? Huh? Hold on. Pardon. I think I started climbing the wall here, but, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, that's the power of climb wall, baby.
I want you to imagine playing D&D, and, like, this is your DM, and before the next session, he sends this email out. Like, blast email to everyone involved. Why are you sinking into the floor?
Because I keep trying to activate switches, but the activate switch is the same button as climb wall. So every time I'm trying to press buttons, I'm also sticking myself to the wall and then clipping through the ceilings and floors. So that is why.
I mean that's how I put on like light switches in a room, but I can't see where it is. I just sort of press myself up against the wall and I just like kind of rub against it, like
and then ascend higher into the ceiling.
Yeah. Shadows attack.
Is there supposed to be like a guy around here that I'm like supposed to kill? think I've already beat them to the punch. I think these triggers here for like all the different like events and stuff, I've already tripped in prior visits to here. Anyway, I'm sorry. I do want to hear these D&D rules. I'm just
okay. So I only have the first 16 here. Number 1, I'm timing turns. I don't give a fuck if it's unfair in your opinion, because your spells are hard or you don't know what square to move to. You get 1 minute to know all the actions you want to take, or I skip your turn.
Ow.
2. Oh, you took 9 damage. 2. If you want harder fights, bring a second character sheet and expect to twiddle your thumbs when you die. I'm not going to baby anyone. 3. If you call me or my rolls unfair, I'll get up and go home. And if you got a ride with me, you can find your own way back and suck it up.
This guy sounds
4.
really cool.
Yeah, he sounds like a guy I want to DM my session. 4. I'm going to take your character's loot away as regularly as you want it given out. Rule 3 will apply here, as in if you say it's unfair, he's just going to get up and leave the table and go home. So getting loot in his D&D game is a zero-sum game, because every time you get loot, you will lose an equivalent amount of loot, I guess. Which, I feel like that defeats the purpose of loot.
Oh, that's the Shadow Guild, Shadow Thieves leader. That's the guy I need to kill and grab an item off of. He saw us do some master archery, so I wonder if I can just straight up... There we go.
Ow, what's doing that? This is annoying. I should stand here until I figure it out.
Oh, I think I got him. Yeah, I think I got him there. I think I may have done a little bit of overkill there, but...
And also, you can shoot arrows real fucking fast. You're straight up Legolas here.
Hey, I got really high dex, okay? So this room contains some secrets. That's what I'm going to be spending the next few minutes looking for. And these secrets are necessary in this game, which is to say that like you cannot complete this quest without the secret that I'm currently looking for.
Well, would you like some more rules then?
Please.
All right. Rule number 5. If you don't act out any of your persuasion or intimidation or any other social checks, you fail before you even roll. You fail immediately. Yeah, you fail immediately because you aren't even trying and you're making the game lame for everyone else. So, imagine playing with this guy, and you're at the table, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna try persuasion. I want to seduce the guard into, letting me pass. Use my wiles that way." And he's like, "All right, seduce me."
Something tells me this guy is here for more than just the role-playing. Something tells me this guy's here because it's the only way that people will tolerate him.
Yeah. Also for intimidation, too. So, like, I threaten the guard, and he's like, okay, make me afraid. Try it. Also, you say he wants to be there for interaction. I don't think he wants to be there.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You are correct about that. Ooh, here is that same perfume smell again. Whoever the woman is, she sure gets around. But don't say that. Look at the ground carefully. You can see some scuff marks. It looks as though someone was taken by force from here. The woman, maybe? So these have the same icon as the healing potion. Oh, I actually picked it up. So I can pick it up. I thought that was literally just a decorative perfume bottle. Because there was one earlier that I also could not pick up. Anyway, that person...
Johnny Baghead says, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the GM meant to run games for the players' benefit enjoyment and not the other way around? It doesn't even sound like it's the other way around. It doesn't sound like the DM is enjoying this either.
Yeah, it seems like everyone loses in this scenario.
6. If you don't pick up cues for side quests, that's not my problem. Get over yourself. It's not a video game. It's a role-playing pen and paper game with miniatures. I'm not holding your hand if you choose not to pursue shit. So, as a DM, he makes up a side quest, right? He has this all planned out because that takes work. And then he's just gonna let the players not engage with it, or even like meet them halfway to say, "Okay, maybe you should check out this thing." You know, he's like, "All right, no, I don't have to do my work. I don't have. I mean, I don't have to actually use the work that I put in. Fuck it."
Got his ass.
What did I leave off? 7. If you move to a square in combat, there's no takebacks. So chess rules.
I mean, that's almost fair. Oh, wait, what? Where did I go? I think I walked through a secret wall.
I feel like that's needlessly strict.
In this painting, a young woman is dressed in travel garments of green suede and black leather. I mean, if they say so.
This is going to be a 3-hour stream, right?
Yeah.
Because Frank Gothic found all 44.
Ay. Hello? Are you bad? Are you good? I'm just going to assume you're bad.
Oh, wait, never mind. I was about to say unreadably small, but I figured out how to make it work. All right.
I think this enemy might be broken. I think most enemies in this game might be broken. There's the Thief Scroll. I think that is the item that we came all this way looking for. And as far as what this is...
What?
Your guess is as good as mine. Supposed to be some sort of effect,
supposed to be a mirror?
Perhaps. Strange room. But I think that was... Let's check out this scroll here. That's a weird print job on this map, but I do believe that is our objective. Also, we got another Ring of Protection, so I'll put that on. And is this armor better than... No, these bracers we picked up are still better than any armor we've picked up, so... Oh, by the way, see this slot here? This is where you put lockpicks. We can't put lockpicks on it. So it's just a completely busted feature in this game, among many.
Does that mean you can't use lockpicks, or...
You know, we have not had occasion to find out because there's been nothing to lockpick in this game thus far. So I'm beginning to think I may have wasted whatever points I invested in that particular stat, or that investing in Thief in general might not have been the move.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling this might not be a game for Thieves.
Yeah, no, this is a game for clerics, is like the popular conjecture, is that you're really supposed to do that because you get a bunch of healing spells. Or, you know, play like a mage and you get you get to avail yourself of all the magic, instead of engaging with this wonderful melee combat and in arrow range combat that you've seen thus far. But, you know, I never know best. I never do what I'm told. And so here we are, playing the game this way. Oh, you want to see the map, by the way?
Ooh. That's the Descent engine, I know.
I mean, that style of map makes sense for a full 3D game with, like, room over room stuff and whatnot, but not so much for this implementation. I think there's still secrets in this room that I would like to find.
Oh, in that case, where did I leave off? Number 8. You tell every single person what you're doing before you do it. You don't fucking roll dice and then say you're casting Fireball. You tell us all. That might be more reasonable. Like, say the thing you're doing before you start rolling for it.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to find reasonable rules amongst all the nonsense, bullshit, petty ones. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Well, how about this one? I will give out exhaustion more frequently. If you argue, go home, or you can actually fight me over it. Or you can DM yourself. So, we know the trigger for him leaving and just going home. That's saying his rolls are unfair, or saying taking loot away is unfair. But if you say it's unfair for exhaustion, he will fistfight you.
Rookie Pilot in the chat says, get a grip, because my log is filled with you cannot get a good grip.
Yeah.
I'm push walling. I'm playing this like Wolf 3D now, where I'm just trying to find any secret walls I can You know, I'm just gonna assume that I found everything. I'm just gonna assume it's all good. I know where I want to go next anyway. So let's just get the fuck out of here. Because, I mean, look at this. Look at the geometry of this room. I mean, what else could there realistically be?
Oh, you would like this rule, Cass.
Oh, will I?
Yeah. 10. Every snide comment you make to an NPC will be remembered and paid back in triplicate. You all seem to believe there is little consequence. So no riffing. No jokes, no riffing, no doing a bit.
Yeah, clearly that's how I play my games. That's how it's definitely my rules that I don't like people developing characters ever. So you must play strictly by the rules. You must play as the driest, most boring character possible, because that's what the role-playing experience is about. Is everyone effectively role-playing the same character, the same fucking stuck-up paladin who says, "No, I cannot accept this gold for this quest because I have done it for my god and for no one else."
Well, like, no, you can't even like make a joke at someone, or like a snide thing, like. If someone says like I don't know where the dungeon is. I don't know where the dungeon of infinite darkness is, and you're like, oh, geez, thanks a lot. And the DM's like,
they will remember this.
You will be paid. Yeah, it's like a Telltale RPG. It's like a Telltale game at that point. Yeah, like the DM says like, Oswald will remember that. Johnny also points out that rule means you're not allowed to taunt the villain.
Well, no, because they'll pay it back in triplicates or whatever the fucking.
So you give them a buff by doing that. You know, it's like the old WWE games, like the PlayStation 2 ones. Stick with me on this. Like before you got to WrestleMania in those old PS2 games, you would have to do an interview, and if you talked shit in your interviews before the match, then your opponent would go in with an extra free finisher stocked. So if you spend the entire interview only shit talking your opponent, they would have like an entire thing of finishers ready.
Yeah, because you got them riled up. All right, so we're at this point, by the way, just to give a little bit of context to the game, the least interesting part of the stream. We are just exploring this underground area that I don't believe I've thoroughly examined, and I'm looking for those goblin prisoners because I did not discover them as of yet. Cell block and interrogation. I think that's probably where they are, but I also want to make sure that I've left no shadow thief alive. Anyone home? We actually do have like a weapon animation here, but you have to look all the way down to see it, because the hand models don't like raise to this point. So it's amazing they even bothered to animate that when you have to be looking down at the ground and hitting the ground to actually see it. Also, this is the aforementioned potion that I cannot actually pick up, that I assumed was just scenery, because there's a tooltip about, yeah, this reeks of a woman's perfume, and I assumed, like, oh, this is the bottle of perfume. Which I guess it must be, because I still can't pick it up.
Yeah. How do we indicate that it smells like something in here? Put a visual representation of the thing.
Oh, you mean like text? Yes, but that might not be enough. So also use the same like healing potion object that players are going to be naturally like drawn to, like trying to pick up, because they're going to think it's like one of their valuable healing potions in this game, and just make it something you can't interact with or pick up at all.
Now, I apologize about already turning the stream into me reading this.
No, it's something.
Thing.
No, it gives us something.
Yeah.
So...
But Video Game King says, how bad must the games prior to this have been, and how badly must communication have broken down for the DM to think this is all necessary? I don't know how many people are at fault in this having happened. I think a lot of it is like the DM just is either a misanthrope or is actively trying to convince people like to be
Stop
the
playing.
ones to end the game. Yeah. Like, I want out of this, but I don't want to be the one to say no, so I'm going to be the villain and make them stop.
We got a whole room full of enemies here, by the way. Oh, good start. Even better. Alright, so this weapon I'm holding on to is definitely better than my +1 dagger. So I will continue to use this in its stead. Oh, is this just a fake door? Is this not actually anything? Very cool. What does it show up on as the map?
Screen.
Shows up as a blue wall. Sure. I think we are nearing. The area reeks of blood and sweat. It's obvious what goes on here. Yeah, physical fitness. It's their gymnasium where they go to work out.
CrossFit.
A note, you had better get that goblin to spill his guts, or I will spill yours. Another raid from his tribe could kill us all. GMG.
Oh, I thought that said OMG.
No, I think it's supposed to be Guild Master, whatever his name is. You do not pick up
Darwin.
dagger.
They're making sure you know that you do not pick up dagger.
I think what it means is I need to toss some daggers to the ground here. Because you can only have 10 of any given item. And so when every enemy drops daggers, you fill up on them pretty quickly.
So you're dropping daggers to pick up daggers, or you're not even going to bother picking up those daggers?
Those are the goblins we need to rescue, by the way. I need to pick this up because when I can't pick it up, it is collision. And so it stops me from entering into this room to flip these switches, which I absolutely need to flip. Or at least one of them. Which is supposed to open up the cells for the goblins. But,
doesn't seem to. Now, is this a known issue?
I mean, this whole game is one big known issue.
Oh, okay. Actually, let me ask. I'm sure you said this in the first episode, but are you playing the patched version or the unpatched version?
Unpatched. This is the 1.0 release with as many bugs as possible. Do me a favor and read How Do I Even Exist comment while I
sure.
Liberate.
How Do I Even Exist shares their 95 DMing rules, which is a lot of words. I apologize if I actually don't read that one out loud.
Why is that
Our Lord and Master Jesus Christ, when he said, it's just quoting the Bible.
Okay, very good.
Where did I leave off in those rules, by the way? Okay. This DM's rules number 11, which is maybe okay. You will not be given a mega dungeon every session. A temple is not the size of a small city, neither is a cave. That shit will happen when it's natural and organic. Go play roguelike if you want that. Okay rule, just ending it with, and fuck you players. Fuck
Very
you group
cool.
Who I've either gathered together or have got me into DM this game. Number 12, the travel portion is done. You want to travel continents, doing literally whatever you want, whenever you want, go play World of Warcraft or play D&D with ChatGPT. Number 13, if you're late with no good reason, I'm going to have your character's hit points for the entire session.
I rescued the goblins, by the way. Even though their doors are still locked, I found a way.
We feel safer. Thank you.
But this one refuses to be saved. This one is actually actively trying to kill me and may succeed, which is a problem. Because I'm supposed to be able to talk to them and be like, hey, I killed your captors. You're good to go. You can head back home now.
Maybe he thinks you're a captor. Listen, you're coming home one way or the other.
Yeah, I hope they don't get mad about that. I hope they're understanding. I hope they're like, yeah, that guy was always an asshole. Anyway, I think that does it for this quest now. I think we've done everything that I think there is to do down here. Which means we can head back and immediately get on to our next quest. And move on to the second hub of quests in the game. Which is progression, which is nice. Which is always good to see. Just because we spent an hour exploring this space last stream. Probably even longer. Oh god, I almost got stuck in the wall there for a second.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, hold on. Is there anything down here? Is this an area unto itself? I might take fall damage. So I want a quick save, and also I might not be able to get back up, but okay, here we go. Ooh. I haven't seen that texture yet.
Oh, the baby wall.
Shodan. Proto-Shodan. Look at you, thief. Look at you, halfling. A pathetic creature of... Oh, I found a rest area. That was a rest area down there? Oh, wait, did it just teleport us back upstairs? Wait, what is going on?
Yes?
Where's this rest area? You found a rest area. You cannot rest here. Alright, cool, cool, cool. So yeah, I think you're
the area
supposed to...
is resting.
I think you're supposed to not, like, fall down here. I think they're like, oh, you fell down, so if you walk over here, we'll just warp you back up. But it's... I don't think it's... Oh, wait! There it is! There, okay. Fair enough. So if you fall down here, you get a secret healing area, and then you can just teleport yourself back up. So they're rewarding you for jumping off the bridge. Skeletor says, nice boobs, Hall of Fame. Referring to our avatar in the top left corner, I would presume.
Oh, I didn't even register those as Brits, to be honest.
Yeah, well, in a game that had like 12 character portraits per gender, you go with what you can. You go with the one that looks the least egregious. That Skeletor also saying that it feels like every game that came after Ultima Underworld was chasing Ultima Underworld, even though that game didn't sell gangbusters. Yeah, but it was highly respected, though, and it paved the way for, like, Looking Glass, right? To do their thing. To do their thing. I need to get the hell out of here now, is what I need to do, but I'm, Okay, here we go.
You need to bear in mind rule number 14.
Oh, what's that? Do tell.
If you don't show up for no good reason, and that will be determined by me alone, if no one else has the guts to say shit for fear of upsetting one another, the first time you'll find yourself losing either a whole level or up to 3 major items of your own. The second time you do it in a row, you'll be removed from the game and the group, full stop. I have no fucking time for people to not show up.
I can't imagine that people like are this hard up for DMs that anyone would like even bother listening to this guy and his stupid rules.
So the thing is, all right, you miss a game, right? And you say like, sorry, I missed the game. Like my neighbor needed like an emergency babysitter, and he's like, not a good reason. You've lost a level. Anyway, show up next time. Like, that person's not going to want to show up. That person's not showing up for a second time if you take away a level.
So I want to see if the goblin acknowledges the fact that we killed one of the 3 that we were meant to rescue. Mm-hmm. You receive 300 XP for reporting the rescue of the goblins to their chieftain. Okay, it's all good. After a frenzied rush of confusion, the chieftain clears a place for you to sit, placing a jeweled bowl of steaming stew before you. Enjoy! It is the best meal we have! The stew seems quite inviting. The chieftain offers a stew to you. Do you accept? Yes. The stew goes down rather harshly, almost gagging you, but settles quite well. I took 2 damage from eating that stew. Something at the bottom of the bowl is reflecting the light. Cure serious wounds cast on you by goblin. You have fire resistance for 10 seconds. Ooh, boy! And we better make the most of those 10 seconds. And it expired while we were in the conversation.
So what was shining at the bottom of the bowl? Was it fire resist?
That, or it might have been like a jewel. They did say that the jewel was like studded. So it might be like, that might be the gold I got. Came in the form of that. Or like, maybe, yeah, a diamond here.
Oh, okay.
So that's like the real reward, is that. That and the experience points, which are, you know, very good. It's good to level up.
Now, maybe the real treasure were the diamonds we found along the way.
I mean, yes. Not inaccurate. Alright, now we have free reign of the goblin domain.
Except if they might decide to beat the shit out of you, which is a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck, guys? I rescued them just to have to kill them. What about you? You want a fucking piece of this? All right.
Okay, I think the longer you stand next to them, the more likely they are to kill you. I think that's what's happening.
No good deed
Anyway, good
goes
job.
Unpunished.
Good job saving those goblins.
I'm gonna loot their shit now, too. It's everything I can take, everything that isn't nailed down, and maybe even some of the things that are nailed down. How about you? Could you repeat that? What that? I don't understand. Huh? I don't understand. Huh?
Are you stuck in this? It's
no,
like
I was just...
Mario troll hack? Okay.
What about you? You have anything interesting to say? No response. Well, now there'll never be a response. I get XP for all this, by the way, so it's not just completely pointless cruelty. It is cruelty with the intention of getting XP in mind.
Okay, good points raised in the chat. Was that perhaps the soup hurt you because it was like too spicy or too hot? So he cast fire resist on you for 10 seconds so you could finish eating the soup.
That would make sense. I don't have good enough grip to climb up there and get those scrolls, whatever they may be. Not that I can even use them, because I'm not a mage. But, you know, it's the thought that counts.
I feel like
Bye!
That is an unexplored idea for, like, resist fire. Like, in a fantasy setting. It's like, use resist fire to not burn your mouth on really hot pizza.
It's like when Homer, like, douses their tongue in the wax, and if they were a mage, they would have just cast fire resist on themselves.
Yeah, if only Homer had spec'd the mage. that was my main issue with The Simpsons.
Yeah, is that the character classes just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
It really ruined my immersion in the game. In the show, I mean. Whatever. I'm playing Descent to Undermountain here. I can't be on top of the riffs. It's...
like, Lisa, you know, puts so many stats into intelligence and wisdom, and then, like, rolls a bard. Come on.
Lisa needs ballads. Like, you know, like a bard would have.
Number 15. If you get too stoned or drunk to play, I'll go home without a warning. And I will crash your game.
Speaking of, yeah, that's, Yes, I see. Can I increase the cycles?
Time you saved?
Not too long ago. I've been saving somewhat frequently in this game, for reasons such as that.
Listen, this better not happen multiple times, because number 16, if you get up for bong or smoke or whatever breaks every 10 minutes, I'll simply pack up and go home. I am sick of waiting for every bloke to be at the table.
Fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see?
Bloke.
That really tells us where these folk are from. Nowhere good. I'm gonna drink up while this game loads again. Let's see how far back we are. I think I might have to do the goblin shit again. It's all good.
There we go.
The stew goes down rather harshly, almost gagging you. I took 17 damage that time.
Well, then he... Well, okay. Wow. That soup sucked.
I'm just going to assume they were legitimately trying to poison me. And no, there are no consequences.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware.
Well, now this is personal.
Nice lighting. Nice fucking model.
Number 17. Unless you have something.
What I want to do is, hopefully, when I get out of here, just to give an idea of like what I'm trying to do in the game right now, after I get the XP for killing all these goblins, we're gonna turn in this quest, get our next one, and I want to see. There was a kobold who promised they would build us a home. I want to see if any progress has been made on that. that'll be one last diversion before we begin the next quest in earnest.
Gotcha. Also, anytime you want me to stop reading these rules, tell me to stop. Either for concentration or because you're tired of hearing them.
I'm not telling you stop. I mean,
Okay, I was curious to see if the game was going to crash again. Anyway.
Oh, not yet. Not until I try to level transition again. That's when it's going to be risky.
Number 17. Guidance, divination spells, owls, and whatever spells I decide are too fucking stupid are banned. Outright. No more fucking guidance.
No more fucking guidance. So it's an erotic roleplay session, and they're not giving any more pointers.
That's why he wants everyone to do their personality checks and act them out in real life.
Oh my god. This bat.
18. You get one chance at a skill check. If you fuck up, your party doesn't get the chance to do the same check. Think careful who's good at what.
Like me.
19.
Take me, for example. I'm a DM who's bad at DMing. It's just...
19. Discussion of metagame details in-game will result in instant damage to your character.
Like breaking the fourth wall, do they mean? Or like...
Yeah, like if you're playing, I guess, and you start talking about like a metagame detail, like just talking about like what is an example? What is like the most benign example I can think of of discussing metagame details? I guess just like talking about gameplay mechanics in a way that you're talking about gameplay mechanics. Like, I'm thinking of it like some sort of Lovecraftian thing, like your character peers beyond the veil and into like the real world for like one moment and immediately takes psychic damage. It's like, oh, I understand. There are dice that are controlling my every move. Oh god, my head.
Yes. Who are you? Okay. I was in the area, so I figured I'd check up on the house you're building for me. It is done! I need to clear the last debris, so come back tomorrow. You'll find it near the entrance. You receive 150 XP for persuading Grochek to build you a home. I can't believe that quest actually pays off in some capacity. I don't think I've ever remembered to check in on that little guy before and see if he actually made me a house. And I can't wait to see what that house fucking looks like, too. Wait, what about you? You're supposed to go find your mate and skedaddle out of here. Well, that's fine. I'm just gonna assume your scripting is broken. I already got the XP from that one, so. Also, you know, in addition to reading these rules, if you wouldn't mind reading chat as well, just to make sure that there's no messages that we're leaving unturned.
Chat is responding to the rules.
Very good.
Like Giant Baghead pointing out that metagame details include things like mentioning hit points or weaknesses and resistances. Said, I would love to believe that this was a DM trying to sabotage, but the internet has taught me that there are people like this who are deadly serious.
We made it out. Do I have any more thief levels? Yeah, I sure do. Climb walls all the way up to 75. By the way, those messages at the bottom of the screen that say, like, you know, like, hey, you feel a breeze, or you feel like there's a draft coming in this room, or you think the floor is not normal. I believe that's what Find Remove Traps is. You have a search button that lets you, like, you know, inspect the area, right? Mm-hmm. But I've never seen that actually do anything. So I think it does just automatically work. But who's to say? This game is mysterious in its mysterious ways. Got some shit to sell.
I feel like any game like this should give you the option to retire.
Yeah, just like call it quits early. Like, yeah, I got like 10,000 gold. That's probably like $1 million, give or take.
I got 10,000 gold and a house. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm living the dream as it is. Let's buy yourself 100 more arrows. There's only 1 gold per arrow.
Oh, this is a fun one. Number 20. Rules lowering fellow players is encouraged. Actually, me will just result in me telling you to fuck off.
Rules for ye, but not for me.
Well, the DM is also saying, I want you to fight amongst yourselves. This is encouraged.
Again, just a great dynamic, just a great environment this person is fucking fostering. And I would love to be there so I could just, like, play a session with this guy and then end it by, like, punching him in the face and ruining it for everyone and getting carted away.
Like, speed run getting him to just drive home.
Yeah, basically. I mean, that's the metagame that I want to talk about. That's the metagame I want to discuss with the other players. I don't know about fucking you, but... Alright, I think that's all the stuff I need to buy and or sell. And let's turn in this quest.
I see you have been quite busy. I trust there are a few less shadow thieves in the world. This is good. Now, let me look at the document you found. Watch schedules, garrison strengths, general information on Waterdeep's patrols.
Great line read on that.
Unexpected. The shadow
Waterdeep's patrols.
Someone deep within Undermountain. We need more information. Waterdeep has many enemies. The Drow, Alastair, or one of his apprentices. The Zentarum, perhaps even Cyric. Our enemy could be any one of these, or somebody else entirely. But you have done much, and it would be remiss of me not to reward you for your work. It will take some time for thieves to recover from their loss. Although I would be surprised to see a few of them slink back to their old den. You are now ready to descend deeper into Undermountain, and there is a job that you can do for me there. Maskar Wands, one of our city's most prominent wizards, has had a...
Stop biting my finger, Kelvin.
Maskar's ne'er-do-well grandson, Marcus, stole one of his family's most prized possessions.
I'm angry about my orb. Oh.
The statue had been in the Warden's family for generations. It was of Mulharandi design, and was said to bring luck to anyone in the Warden's family who carried it. Maskar always was too fond of trinkets. Apparently, the statue was taken from Marcus by a monster, and carried into the depths of Undermountain by a three-headed troll. If Marcus is to be believed, the loss of the statue is a serious blow to Maskar.
Oh my god, just get to the point.
Yeah, I need to re-chat. Come on.
Beetle to me. I will give you more than it is worth. The statue is hidden in an area that is in even greater neglect. Crumbling walls, cave-ins, than most of Undermountain, so be careful.
Alright, you see this thing? You see those green pixels there? That's what we gotta go get, I reckon.
Just the green pixels.
Yeah, we can leave the scarab, take the pixels.
Okay. So Video Game King, so I didn't notice this, but said, wait, this shop has infinite bows but finite arrows?
No, it has infinite arrows, but you can only buy 100 at a time. You can only buy as many as you could carry.
And they also say, the opportunities to play a chaotic character seem constrained, given how closely the story's premise asks you to work with the law. Yeah,
you can pick chaotic, and neutral and lawful, good and neutral. But no, you can't be evil in this game. But ultimately, what any of those mean is ultimately nothing. Because you can't really roleplay in this game, as it were.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how does that, like, does that play in at all with anything?
Do you have any advice that I can buy? I hope you find plenty of treasure, halfling. One should always be rewarded for danger.
Is his, like, robe inverting constantly?
Yeah. He's shuffling.
Yeah. He's doing like a river dance under that robe.
What about you, my fellow halfling? Can I speak to you at all? Will you let me...
Hey, are you just like a particularly tall halfling, or...
Yeah, I just don't think they bothered to adjust the view model based on race, so...
I've said... Oh, I said this during a casual stream, I think. That I had an idea for... just, like... in general, an idea for, like, a D&D character kind of stuff. Which was a halfling who had a permanent enlarge person spell cast on them, so they're just a normal sized person.
Very good, but they have all the racial bonuses or the old like
yes.
D&D bonuses of being.
Yes. The entire gimmick is that they're just a human sized halfling, and that's it. That's the only thing that's special about them.
I wonder if tomorrow has come yet. I wonder if we can locate our home here at the entrance of...
Oh, I thought you said, I wonder if tomorrow has come yet. Like, we still got to finish the stream up.
Oh, wait! Well, it's not a palace, but the little guy actually came through for you.
Hey, not bad. This isn't a bad house, all things considered.
I got a little bath here, presumably. Most importantly, I have this rest area.
Yeah. Which you cannot rest here.
That's cute. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a nice little touch. And speaking of nice little touches, I also want to just highlight that actual transparent glass here.
Mm-hmm.
Transparent tinted glass. I mean, that shit's genuinely impressive. But, yeah, I've never seen a little house before. That's adorable.
Again, you should be able to retire. You have your money and you have a house.
And it's next to kobolds, too, which I'm really happy about. I always want to hang out with the kobolds. Okay. Sign. To the depths below, do not enter, you have been warned. This is the next hub of the game that we're heading to.
Alright, what is your mental image of kobolds? When you generally think of kobolds, do you think little dragon dudes or little dog dudes?
I think little dragon dudes. Little lizard dudes.
Yeah. Same.
Alright, that's a locked door.
I saw some video which was kind of explaining why the kobolds in Dungeon Meshi are dog people. And it was basically had to do with how big wizardry was in Japan.
Which is to say, fucking huge.
Yeah. Because wizardry had kobolds, and it used like a very early description of kobolds, which were kind of like more dog. And that stuck over there. Meanwhile, over here in the West, the design for kobolds in D&D kind of moved more and more to like lizards.
Quest 5, get the Beetle. You must recover a stolen scarab beetle from the inner sanctum of an old Morandi tomb. It would also be useful if you could determine if evil forces are stirring within the tomb. I'm assuming that the scarab is going to be inside the tomb of Ankh Capera, the Archmage of Thoth. That seems like the place that a scarab would be, sitting around.
Yeah. Getting scarab vibes from that place name.
Getting a real scarab vibe off of this guy. And this is about the point where everything here is new to me. I think this is the furthest I've ever made it in this game. I've been coasting off of a little bit of knowledge up to this point, but I think this is the part where, like in previous playthroughs, like things have just like gotten so broken that I couldn't proceed any further, or I just lost interest. These are the sacred realms of the gods. Those who profane these halls shall die. Beware the curse of the ancients.
Oh.
So don't take a piss here.
Oh my god, I can't wait for... I can't wait for Rule 29. I just looked ahead.
It's late on me.
No, I want to get there first, because it's important to build up to it.
A woman whispers, enter not these halls, Seeker. These realms are not for the living. Do you quest to join the dead?
Oh, I thought that was the scroll talking to you.
No, there's apparently like a voice like whispering in our ears. What's this scroll? Let's read it and find out. Did these Mulhorandi ever make things simple? I've never seen such a convoluted network of hidden passages, switches, and illusory doors in my life. I don't think Hallister himself could navigate this maze. Madness! That's the game's way of saying, hey, there's gonna be a bunch of invisible walls here. You thought you were done after, like, leaving the Thieves Guild area? Nope. It suddenly occurs to you that this tomb is very well kept. Nothing appears to be dirty or dusty, and everything is in good repair. Oh. Illusory wall number 1. And
Ooh.
Illusory floor while we're at it. Oh, hello! We're gonna have to navigate our way out of here and climb back up.
Well, that's pretty easy navigation.
All things told, yeah. What about
Rule
this?
number 21. You roll your dice within view of 2 players who aren't you. You roll them neatly and you roll them on the table. Failing to do these 3 things will auto-fail whatever roll you did. Arguing that you actually rolled validly when you clearly didn't is an automatic critical fail. So if one of your dice falls off the table, it's just an auto-fail. If you don't do it in a way that is neat, it's an auto-fail. If one of the people at the table says, like, what? Sorry, I wasn't looking. You fail.
Get on. Check it out.
Oh.
N64 cartridge tilt. Wait, is this guy dead? I didn't think he was dead. It seemed like he was alive when I first came down here.
Huh. Just doing some yoga.
Getting my stretches in.
Don't mind me.
Trying to put some muscle on these bones.
Rule number 22, which seems relevant to this place. Instant death traps and mechanics are coming into place. If you call these things unfair moving forward, I will laugh at you and tell you to fuck off and cry some more.
Very cool. Very cool temperament on this guy.
Do you think the D&D group, like, just immediately dissolved
as soon as they got these email? Messages?
Like, we are halfway through the rules.
I don't know. Like, I know some nerds will really put up with a lot. Oh, look at these guys.
Listen, I have found it hard in the past to find a DM to play games. I think if this was my only option, I'd be like, no thanks.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going back to solitaire. I guess I'm going back to card games. I'll find a poker group or something. I don't know.
Number 23. I will not give you random magical items, and vendors will not stock them. They are meant to be rare and hard to acquire.
I mean, that's fair. Scarcity makes those things novel.
Sure.
It's just the being sandwiched in between everything else that makes it seem like less fair than it actually is.
Number 24. Random encounters in the form of random dungeons or strange, mysterious road traders or bands of goblins is not going to happen. Go play Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. 25. I don't give 2 fucks what Reddit said about extra wide ruling. 26. I actually give less of a fuck about what your mate's D&D group did. 27. Saying anything to me about other players not liking me doing extra Y without them saying it directly to me will result in me kicking you out of the group. Don't use someone else to push your own agenda. I think I got lost in the garden path of that sentence.
A woman whispers to you, beyond this door lies the sacred temples. I wish you no harm and ask you do not enter here. Please leave. Well, every other door is locked. We're stuck down here. I fell down here at some point, and I've just been trying to find a way out. There might be like a puzzle here or something, like dealing with like these tablets that seem to give flavor text. But all I know is that none of these doors are unlocking. The music is intense, though. Can I climb the walls and get the fuck out of here? I mean, the game certainly tossed enough enemies at me. Like, this room is littered with the corpses of things I've killed, but...
Like, just wait for the moment that you get 100 in your climb walls. You'll just, like, be walking on the ceiling.
I'm walking on ceilings, oh, and let me the fuck out of here.
There was a song that you could have gone with that was actually about doing things on the ceiling, and yet you've chosen to go somewhere
upside
else
down,
with
bouncing off the ceiling, inside out, addicted to this.
I was going to say dancing on the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling. We're dancing on the ceiling.
Oh, wait. I found a secret wall. I should have figured it was going to be just like bang your head against these until you find a secret passage. Let me just make sure there's no other ones. Nope. I lucked into the one. The one that actually seems to matter. Oh, wait, right. This is where we started, isn't it? And I got stuck and then took some damage. Oy vey. Okay.
Okay, so number 28, I'm just going to summarize it, is basically just take the 15 to 20 minutes I use to set up and review my notes to talk to each other about what happened in previous sessions, then sit down to play. Don't talk about it during the game. don't, I guess, discuss past events while you're
don't
playing.
refresh yourselves. Don't like do anything to like get reinvested or get your mind back in the game.
But now we come to Rule 29. Saying shit like, guys, come on, we're not here to have fun. We're here to play in D&D. This is serious business. Is rude and dismissive of how much work I put into this. I will simply go home if I hear that shit. Dog, you are creating the least fun D&D environment possible. You are making the no fun allowed zone.
I just want to say that, a lot of like internet tough people will be like, if I met this guy, if I knew this guy, I would punch him in the face. I'd call him, like I'd be like, I'd teach him some respect. I'd teach him some whatever. Like, I would legit like hear these rules, and what I really do is I would just laugh and I would walk out. Is what I would do. That, or I would just argue with this guy until he left. That is realistically what would happen. But like, if I were like to be like endure with this, like I'm sure like one of these players had to have snapped at a certain point. I mean, how could you not?
Again, in my head, like the entire group just dissolves after this email, right?
You would hope so. Like, for everyone's sakes, you would hope so. God damn it! I fell back down here again.
That part makes me think this guy is 100% serious at this point. That part makes me think this guy is 100% serious at this point. Surely no one is this dense.
You'd be surprised.
Not serious, or people are looking forward to Rule 34.
Trying to figure out how to progress in this dungeon, by the way, and they haven't made it easy. Maybe here.
Oh, this is Rule 34 actually is a good one. It's not just a joke.
Oh, the floor here is different. There's lava, so that's got to be something new and unique. Can I do some platforming here? I know I can push these physics objects. There's no like real gravity applied to them, so I can do shit like that. So yeah, there we go.
Seems like you'd also just jump over the gap.
Yeah, but it's good to have that safety net there. All right, this is the door that they didn't want me proceeding through. That's got to be what this is, which means this is the place to be. The tablet contains more prayers to the various Mulhorandi gods. I think we want to go down and see what's down here. It's the only place I haven't examined thoroughly yet. Even though I think it might just be... Oh, this door only opens to those who hold the ruby key. Where are these keys? There's another door that was only opened by the bronze key. Now there's a ruby key door. And I've yet to pick up a single goddamn key here.
How do I even exist? Says... Oh, I was assuming the free-floating tables are an artifact of ambient magic of this particular zone.
No, that's just because there's no gravity programmed anywhere here.
I mean, Descent was a 0G game.
That's true. I am, like, proper lost going around in these circles. Let's look at the map. Looks so dense, so detail-rich. I know that floor there. This you can walk through. I think we've examined that. I do have a guide that I can consult. And I think I might have to. Let me do that. Let me make sure I'm safe first. And by safe, I mean in the rest area in this place where I don't think any enemies could potentially spawn. So you feel free to please read some more rules, and I'm going to try to figure out what the fuck I'm doing here.
Really well. Well, rule number 30 is one I could never abide with. Don't fucking order food randomly. We'll eat together at a specific time or not at all. I don't want your food shit all over my things. Now listen, the stream snack and the game snacks are sacred. But I get this one. I understand. If they're playing like a physical game, like with miniatures and stuff, you probably don't want like food dust and oil all over your stuff. Actually, that's basically rule number 31 as well. No food or drinks near any of my D&D gear. If you wreck something, you can pay for it. I let one person trash my DM screen once, and I never had it replaced by them. In fact, I had that person attempt to gaslight me into believing they didn't wreck my shit at all.
Oh,
I'm not stupid, you're an adult. Accept responsibility.
No, Johnny Baggett, by the way, clarifying they meant to say that no one can pretend to be this dense. It takes talents.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna read some of my shit out loud here. This is from a guide written by someone. This was taken off an old netwalk.com page, and it's been like I think it was written by someone called Jubilee, was their alias online back in like 97 or 98, whenever this game came out. I can't remember offhand, but this guide is available in plain text format across like a couple different pages, not on Game FAQs, believe it or not, surprisingly. But this is the only guide I found for this game, and I'm going to read from it here. You appear in a large room of unique architecture. Ahead of you is a door. As you approach the door, Omen's voice warns you, stay away. It seems that someone does not want visitors here. Continue towards the door, but have to jump back as arrows fly from the walls towards you. Did that happen at any point? I think maybe the fact that I'm a thief and I have like so many skill points in dodging, in detecting traps, because I don't have to deal with that. Both of you
Can't recall that one specific line.
Yep. You cautiously approach the door again, and this time it seems safe. Oh wait. Giant rats!
Then a giant rat will hit you.
I awarded my highest rat roundup rating.
Yeah, I'm sorry to do it to him, but it's either them or me, and I'm the one with the stream. Okay.
How do you know they're not live streaming this?
That's true.
Hey, what's up, chat? We found a halfling thief down here in the dungeons. We're gonna go bite the shit out of their ankles. Let's go.
Avoid the well-lit floor and go around it. Yes, I'm in the right place. Examine the hieroglyph panel to your left. You find it is an illusion. Pass through it, enter the hall beyond. There are rats here, but they should pose no problem for you. Boy, howdy, they didn't. Continue down the hall, go up the ramp at the end and through the door at the top. Continue down this passage to the second opening on your right. A 1. A 2. Oh! Another skeleton fella. See, we're making progress already.
You.
Don't mind me as I continue reading. Second opening right. In this flowless room, you are high above another chamber, but there are ledges here that can be jumped to. Above the ledge across from you is a skeleton and a switch. Jump around the ledges until you can fight the guard and click the switch. Okay, I'm going to assume that switch is already flipped, or something. I may have done that before. Alright. Go to the other hieroglyph panel. Yeah, so let's assume do the same thing on the other side. I fell? How did I take fall damage from walking down a ramp? Ugh. Okay. Second entrance. Yeah, there's a switch over there. So, it had 2 settings. I flipped them. Here you find a similar hall with an openings on your left. Go to the second opening, repeat the process. Fight the guard, click the switch, return to the room with the illusionary panels. You can now go through the door on your right, directly across the entry. You're now in the large chamber that you reviewed. Door behind you is locked, but if you pass through the illusionary wall immediately to your left, you'll find the switch that opens the door temporarily. The other doors in this room were unlocked by the switches in the room above. Okay, got it. I don't even care that I took fall damage there. Alright, this better work. Ow. Alright, still need a bronze key for that. This is a skeleton that was flexing on us before, by the way. They came back to life just for us.
Wait.
Alright, feel free to continue reading. I'm,
Oh.
Sorry. It took me a minute to figure out what I need to do.
Just finishing up the cauliflower.
A secret door.
Alright, where I leave off. Right. 32. Arguments between party members outside of roleplay will be resolved by me giving the definite ruling. If you don't like it, fuck off back home. 33, I don't give a fuck what they did in Critical Role or what that one guy on Reddit said, or if you think that it's all make-believe so you can do what you want. The world I run works on internal rulings and lore I created specifically for it. And you're going to have to guess what that is, I guess. 34. Okay, so I guess this was sent in a chat, maybe? Because it said, like a between sessions chat, because it says every single person in this chat is having debuffs applied to their characters that should have occurred a long time ago. This will be specific to characters.
Oh, we leveled up again, and now I have 33 HP, which is nice. And we're making progress, so everything's coming up Cass right now. I guess everything's coming up Peacemaker. Oh.
Her successes are your successes.
Goddamn right.
35. If you don't bring your sheet, you don't play. 36. If you don't bring dice, borrow some. That seems like the most lenient rule in this whole thing.
If you don't bring dice,
hey,
that's okay. We're all friends here. You can just borrow one from the student to your left.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Rule number 37. When we play D&D, I'm not your friend. That doesn't mean you treat me like an enemy during the game. It means I'm no longer playing nice. I'm not your friend, but if you say we're not here to have fun, then I am going home.
There are just some people in this world who just don't deserve nice things or to, like, have the company of people. There's some people who just, like, should be, like, hermits. Like, for the benefit of themselves and for society, because the benefit for them is I don't deck them, and the benefit for society is that we don't gotta deal with them. So, I got a bronze key, by the way, so that's good. So I think I can head back to that one spot.
Johnny said these rules are so hard to follow. Look, they've been nailed to the front door of this church. Easy for you to read.
An angry man yells at you, "Vile creature, go no further. If you continue in your quest, and you are no better than a ghoul that feasts upon the dead." I'll take that scroll if you don't mind. And I'll, can I vandalize stuff here?
Little does he know that I am a ghoul that feasts upon the dead, so ha.
Secret door.
We're almost at the end, too.
An angry man calls out to you, "Tomb robber, may Horus Re, the Avenger, slay you and make this tomb your own."
A lot of people calling out to you from nowhere in this game.
Yeah, different spirits. I would have to presume that everyone's just, like, mad at me for different reasons.
You know, why could that be? As I go breaking these
ceremonial urns,
yeah,
scattering ashes to the wind. Come on, there we go.
But like the mummy's curse in this case is, oh fuck you.
The mummies swear, the mummies cuss.
Yeah.
It's like, ah, fuck, not again. Not another one of these adventuring assholes.
Number 38.
Ay. I know we're so close, so.
We're so close. If you treat me poorly in any way, shape, or form after or during or before the game due to something that happened in the game, you're out. If you cannot separate a game from reality, I think you're a fucking moron. I have little time to deal with that energy.
That energy? Nice mirror effect, by the way.
I don't need that negative energy in my life.
Now, watch me say the most toxic shit you ever heard in your life.
Number 39. You'll submit your spell list daily in-game. If you do not give me a spell list each in-game day, you will not be allowed to cast a single spell or cantrip in combat. I do not trust you guys to not use this against me. I do not trust
you guys. I love that. You're always trying to get one over on me. It's not like I'm running the most strict, like, authoritarian video game. Yeah. Or, not, it's not a video game, but the most authoritarian tabletop campaign ever ran.
But how do I even exist? Did say earlier. I think this person is maybe not any of these players' friends, full stop.
I don't think this person has friends. Frank Gothic saying these 44 rules are worthy of psychological study. No, they're worthy of building a religion around. At this point. Wait, so I came in here. I did this. Flip the switch.
Also, I know cantrip is a common word in, like, D&D stuff, but I always read it in my head first as catnip.
I cast catnip, catnip, catnip.
Where is it? Number 40. If you do not mark off spell slots or you say something like, I remember what I'm at, as a way to justify it, I will simply fail your spell, deal half your health and damage to you, and say you have no spells to cast for the rest of the day.
Even if you rest?
For the rest of the day.
Yeah, maybe I mean in-game. I mean, it's bullshit either way. I don't even know why I'm bothering to, like...
Yeah.
Now, what does he really mean by this? What did he really intend to...
Number 41. If you break literally anything, you can buy the replacement that day or not attend until you do. Yeah. That seems harsh considering accidents can happen, but I feel like playing with this guy, like, might... like, motivate you to snap his DM screen over your knee.
Okay, let me double check. An Ank in the right switch inside small room. Beetle, skeletons, locked doors. Deal with all monsters. Destroy all furniture in these rooms since again your way for the next trial. Recommending I break all the furniture in this game, in this area. That's handy. Entry door, proceeds room to your right. In the alcove, you will see an Ankh into the right. I've read that already, but click the switch and run for the locked door to the left. Now on your right as you approach of the entry door. The door is timed. I think I already did that, though. Click the switch. Now continue into the room that is in the right of the entry door. You'll find a similar switch here. Click the switch. Proceed to the doors on the right of the entry door. You don't have to run. It is simply unlocked now. Go through the door, up the ramp, take the key. Return to large chamber. Find the floor ahead of you is gone. Yes, did that. To your left from the entry, you'll see an opening. Okay, that's is where I need to be. The blank... The end of the ramp is a small room. Stand in the middle of the room and turn left. The blank wall in front of you is a secret door. There's a secret door. Okay. There it is. A woman yells out to you, beware, behind you, run, up. Perhaps I should have read a little further. A woman yells at you to run. From behind you hear the sound of arrows being launched at your back. Once at the bottom of the ramp, you can open a secret door to your right, leading to another secret room. Eh, boy. Oh no, when did I save last? Oh no.
Rule number 41. No, I did 41 already. Rule number 42. If you complain about the choice of music, I fully expect you to bring the whole playlist the next session or to shut the fuck up.
Bag raised a good point. How are you supposed to play and read that? Surely most would stop to read that and get killed. Yeah! Yeah, that's what happened to me! What a mean trick. What a mean trap in this game.
Now, I like rule number 42 because, first of all, I just imagine it's like, what, you have a problem with my playlist? Come on. But the idea that if you complain about it, you're bringing up playlist for the next session, oh boy, I would immediately complain about the playlist.
Yeah, this sucks. Anyway, my turn. So here is...
Yeah, we're listening to all the Shags albums. Number 43. Cannot stress enough how little I care about how you feel about my rulings from now on. Oh, and rule 44, I'm never just threatening you. I'm promising you.
I should deliberately fall down here so I can get the XP from killing the whatever's down here, and also flip the switch. Oh, there is nothing down here. It's just the fall damage. Okay. What was Rule 34 again, by the way? Just
Rule 34 was every single person in this group is having debuffs applied to their characters that should have occurred a long time ago.
Okay. Oh, god damn it. I got stuck on fucking geometry. Fuck. And this is the room where we need to kill like 100 enemies again. Unless it forgets to spawn everything. Oh no, there we are. Now what are you gonna do without that list of rules to read off of?
Make up our own rules.
Okay, no. Yeah, no, I like this. This is a ripe opportunity for riffing. Okay. Rule number 1, you don't talk about D&D Club. Rule number 2, you do not talk about D&D Club. All right, let's get on to the real stuff. And by real stuff, I mean bit stuff. Rule number 3, you must always talk in character voice.
Oh, yes. Let me think.
That's both a joke rule and a legit rule for me.
I'm sorry, did a skeleton come out of that skeleton? Did you knock the skeleton out of a skeleton?
Yeah, I scared him so hard a skeleton jumped out of a skeleton. At least the fighting isn't hard. You know, except for when enemies have, like, crazy damage they do to you, but...
Rule number 4. You must prove to me that you are actually proficient with the weapon your character uses. Bring in a replica and show me your moves.
Alright, so if you have a katana, you have to do a swordplay demonstration. Yeah, no, I like this. I like this. This is good. It adds an element of danger and excitement.
Magic is exempt, but you do have to convince me that you know how to cast magic.
I would just bring flash paper.
Yeah.
That'd be my trick, is I would just like do like a flash paper fireball. I think that would go over well. I think everyone in the room would be like, whoa! And they would appreciate my commitment to the bit. Oh wait, this is the wrong room? Okay. I need to find... First of all, let me find the rest area. I think this is the progress area. I'm crossing all my T's and dotting my I's, don't mind me. Okay, yes, this is rest area. And I will quick save in a minute, too, so we don't have to do all this shit again. Oh, Frank Gothic has... There's some good ones in the chat. I want you to read the ones in chat that people are recommending.
Oh, sure. Let me scroll back up here.
I'm going slowly because I think I'm going to level up again in a second. I want to see what the level up screen looks like. Because I'm always clicking, because it always happens mid-combat, believe it or not, is when you're most likely to gain XP. So, because of that, like I'm always clicking, and I always end up skipping that given screen.
Marxist Maximus says, Rule 1, you cannot attempt to solve literally every encounter by seducing the target. I like this because it implies that this was enough of an issue that it had to be, a rule had to have been made about it.
Yeah, that was my issue. I'm the cause. That's a rule written specifically to curb the way I would play.
How do I even says, rule number 10, the power is not delegated to the United States by Constitution or rated by the states or reserved for the state respectively or to the people.
No, this is good groundwork to lay. This is good. We need to get these things done. Yeah.
Louise asks, if I bring a chakram for that one rule that I said, like, how do I showcase that? Well, you better do it carefully because if you break anything, you have to replace it that day.
Or pay the cash equivalent. All right, we're back down here.
I have also filled my entire house from top to bottom with fine china.
So it's all part of the game, really. I like that. It makes it like, you know, there's consequences, but also you're setting them up to fail, kinda. I think it adds a layer of excitement. Weren't there ghouls I killed down here last time? Where are they? Wait, no, I have the bronze key. Okay, I know what I'm doing. It's all coming back to me. Yeah, I got it right.
Rule 45. You must regularly schedule bathroom breaks for your character. If you ignore this rule, they piss and shit themselves at the worst opportunity.
That's the M. Dickey rule, as we call it. It's as is colloquially known. Alright, flip that switch. See, isn't it so much easier when we just outsource all the joke writing to our audience? Personally,
I think a fun thing potentially to do would be like to make your own list of rules, but like don't tell the story of like just an asshole DM who no longer wants to DM this game. Tell the story of a DM who has to deal with the worst group of people on the face of the earth. Like, every single rule is, like, so specifically made to curb some sort of behavior that you look at and you're like, who hurt you? What is happening in your group?
No pissing on the table. That means you, Greg. Just
Listen, like, something like that, like, rule number 38.
Uh-oh.
Pissomancy is not a real thing, and I will not be entertaining the notion any longer.
Man, I am really defiling this tomb here. You know, it's... I think I just broke a whole coffin. Oh! Huh. Fake water. You hear Kirpa's voice echo through the halls. Behold the faithful, even unto death they serve me well. Slay the defiler, and Nephrant, speak no more to this servant of Set. That's an interesting little trap. And granted, I can just... Presumably this is right back where I started, or close to it. Nephrant, my love, why give your aid? A woman answers, I am not one to sit and watch another die, Kefra. Forgive me. Where am I? Oh, here we are, right. Well, I want to fall down here again, actually, because I want to see if there's anything cool down here. So clearly the plot being told here is that the voices here, they're speaking to us. Different ones are trying to help us. Different ones are trying to kill us. And I'm just indiscriminately destroying all of their coffins just to be sure. Because I can't be sure which one is which. I can't be sure which ones are malicious and which ones are helpful. So they all gotta go. No eternal slumber, no eternal rest for any of these folk. Should be one more down here. Very good. None of these are secret doors, which is surprising. I assume that these would be secret walls or something. But I think this is where... Yeah, here we go. Back from whence we came. Alright, so grab that key. We should probably rest up again. Just to be safe. Alright, now I have a ruby key, I presume. Let's check what key it is. Yeah, red gem key. And I know what that opens up, believe it or not. I actually was paying attention earlier, which is unusual for me, but felt prudent at the time. This I'm pretty sure I paid attention. It should be... here. Beyond this door lies the sacred temples. I wish you no harm and ask that you do not enter here. Please leave. Little late for that. No, there's the Ankh I grabbed there. There's been like a dozen Ankhs that we've seen so far. It was the only one I could pick up. Also, why have low ceilings if this is what's going to happen every time?
Oh, yeah.
Why have slanted walls when you know your head's just going to poke through it? Arbitrary water saying 6 degrees of ceiling. Yes. Yes. Alright, now the Ankh opens one of these doors. I don't remember which one or where, but... I hear the sound of stone grinding in stone. Did I not flip the switch before? Or did I and I just don't remember? Who cares?
Yeah.
All I need to do is figure out what that Ankh opens.
Rule number 83. The party will not go to the Minotaur's lair without good reason. If any party member yells, "It's milking time," when they go in, I will head home.
What a fascist DM to put that rule in place. It's denying me the way I want to play, the way I want to roleplay, the way I want to experience this world. Can I collect these onks too? No. Those onks are purely decorative. What does the fucking onk open? Beyond this door lies the sacred temples. Oh, wait. I think I got it. I think I know now. Was it up here? Was there a door up here? Yes! You know what? Let's quick save too, just because it's been a minute. I keep saying quick save, but you can't quick save in this game as far as I'm aware.
Let's quickly save.
Yeah, see, no quick save buttons here.
Yeah.
Anything in here? You know I'm aware we haven't been saying much about the game. I'm aware there hasn't been much to say about the game, but I do want to say this for this game, which is obviously very busted, and that's been like the primary thing we've been banging our heads against. But, you know, there's like a sense of exploration here. I feel like, you know, with every step forward I make, with every puzzle I manage to solve, whether I use a guide or not, like there's something to this. Like, I'm feeling like I'm present here in some capacity. I feel like this adventure is mine to take. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like going on, like, a proper adventure. Now, granted, there's no party. The stat building or, you know, the character building is significantly reduced from, you know, what you'd expect of a Dungeons & Dragons. But I don't know. If this game were more functional, I think some of its charms would work better on me. Some of its charms already are working on me. It's just the part where it's, like, borderline unplayable. That makes it a little harder to stomach in spots. Entry here is forbidden. Not even the faithful may enter a sealed tomb without incurring the wrath of the gods. You have obviously chosen to ignore all warnings. Very well. Enter here and find the death that awaits you. The door is locked. Did I miss a step here, or did I forget to pick something up, or I got the onk?
It almost feels like climb walls is a fake stat, because every time I look at the screen, I'm saying you can't get a good grip.
Yeah,
I know you have climbed sometimes, but it seems more often than not, there's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting too. Oh, you know what? Maybe this water. Maybe one of these, or walls here, or something. There's got to be something to do in this room. That, I reckon, is look at the fucking guide again. Okay.
Donnie says, lack of a map would kill me making any headway in this game. Well, there kind of is a map.
Oh, you know what?
It doesn't tell you a lot, but what?
They gave us a crossbow here. And that's a switch, right?
Oh. Immersive sim.
I really thought I was onto something there. I really thought I had figured that out.
Maybe there's more switches.
Wait. Ha 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 ha.
Ooh. Maybe it's friendly.
Alright, let's just... No response, no response.
Oh, well, that went down easy.
Maybe it was illusion. No, wait, oh, oh.
Nope.
Something tells you I'm getting free hits on it. Yeah. Something tells you it was not in a position to fight back.
Looked like it was too big for the room.
The view from here is impressive. The Mohlorandi architects certainly knew their jobs. I mean, I guess it's a pyramid. As you look over the edge, it occurs to you that a fall from this height could be fatal. Yeah, they have an invisible wall there, straight up to prevent me from.
Oh.
Can I not flip the switch?
You can't get a good grip on it.
Or maybe I already flipped it, like, and it just does a bad job of letting you know when you flipped and when you haven't. Like, what if this door is just already unlocked at this point? Yeah, okay, perfect.
What if the door never existed?
Well, it was locked before. Then I just walked through it rather than opening it up, so... Very strange the way they present some of these things. I would assume there'd be some sort of, like, secret here, but apparently not. So I guess we're just going into this pyramid.
Johnny says, this might be a weird opinion, but the game's visual and style looks more like an indie game trying to build retro than it does like an actual game of its era.
I get what you mean. The door appears to be locked, however, the lock looks weak with age. You may be able to force it.
Punch it?
The door is locked.
I mean, this would be a good case for, you know, a lockpick.
Lockpicks. I would love to be able to equip the lockpick.
While you figure that out, I have to go bring this bowl back downstairs.
By all means, I'm going to keep looking into this and see if there's another way to...
Alrighty.
I could also look at the guide. Like, again, the issue here is I would love to lockpick it. I have 2 sets of lockpicks. That would be perfect for such an equation, for such a situation, but I can't equip them to the designated slots because there's just something busted with this character. I'm going to look at the guide. Fight the spider, click the switch on the right. Go to the pyramid, hit the door with the weapon several times. Okay, yeah. So, no, okay. So I just got to hit it a few times. That's what they mean by force in this case. Very good. So again, the lockpicks continue to be completely useless. Continues to be like there's absolutely been absolutely zero application for the lockpicks in this game. The Ankh is the key of life, the key to the door of the realms of the dead. Open sesame. Hello, fella. My beloved Nefret, the garden you love so much in life, I have built for you here. There's so much Egyptian lore here, and that just seems like not Dungeons and Dragons, right? It feels like they're crossing wires. I'm sure like they're spelling names differently to evoke Egyptian imagery and lore and so forth, while at the same time like making it their own thing. I didn't read the tooltip before I got in here. Oh. Don't tell me you just kicked me all the way out. I couldn't read the description of that thing before I finished climbing the ladder. I couldn't see, like, the description that probably said something effective. This is going to send you all the way back to the beginning, so, you know, cross at your own peril. I can't believe I fell for the falling trap again. At least now there's skeletons here that were supposed to be here in the first place, that weren't here the first time I fell down. Which means maybe the rest of the enemies that are supposed to be here will have populated the area by now. Oh! And we got rats. There's my rest area. So I know where I need to go, but I am gonna do a quick tour around to see if there's any more enemies for me to kill. Any free XP. Yeah, here we go. As many kills as I can get. I'm so close to that level up, I can taste it. There it is. Your character has attained new fighter levels. And it rolled the lower numbers, so now we have 31 HP instead of the 33 we had last time we attempted this. Thanks, game. Thanks, randomization. Thanks, dice rolls. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. Back this way. Yeah, that's it. I think I mentioned this in the first episode, but yeah, AD&D is as random gets. The dice rolls... Oh, and there's supposed to be enemies down here, apparently. That this didn't load the first time in, but this time they've returned. That seems to be the rule, is that when you go into an area, you gotta leave it and then come back to it to get the proper enemy spawns in it. Which doesn't seem ideal. It seems like a fuck-up. Is that spider back up there too and everything? Alright, this should be restroom. This room contains a huge ankh. Within the loop is a portal, and beneath each wing is a rest area. The room throbs with power. Alright, so they don't describe where this portal goes. We don't want to go up there again. Now that we know. So let's save game. Again. Which brings us back to where we were before we accidentally warped out of here. Let's check left.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome back, Charkie. Again, I'm sorry to have to kill these rats. If there was just like a befriend to animals, if there was like a talk to animals, I could just talk it through with them and be like, guys, we're on the same team here.
Mean, given this game, they would still attack you.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
Anyone you
look
make
at this
friends
guy.
with. Oh.
Yeah, that's a new enemy. Look at his feet doing full rotations. You spin me right round. Alright, was there anything else in this room? Oh. Well, that's something. I could go back and heal up fully, or I could, Wait, hold on. There we go. God bless the bow and arrow. Oh, a cloak of protection. This cloak might actually have stats on it. That'd be nice. Wouldn't that be novel? Any point of defense I can get. Yeah, we're at AC -7. That's good. The lower your number, the more negative your number, the better it is. I don't know if you're familiar with AD&D rules or this classic D&D in general.
Yeah, somewhat. But yeah, I'm aware of how AC works in that regard.
Can I walk through this? This is how I'm hunting for secret walls and the like. Though I'm probably pretty sure I've probably thoroughly plumbed this area. It's time to go across the hall. The spider room.
Don't think it's a spider.
Beetle room.
There you go. Aren't you supposed to bring one of these back?
I think the one I'm bringing back is a jewel. How do I even exist as God bless the bow and arrow, Metholithic hunters, circa 20,000 BC? There's hunters and there's gatherers, you see? I'm a hunter.
Didn't they make tasting history episode?
Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck inside the wall. I can't hit. Oh, wait. Found a spot where I can hit him. Let's try bow. Okay.
There you go.
That solves one problem.
How do you get out of here?
That's the other problem I need to solve now. If not, I mean, we have saved, so this isn't like game ending, but... Oh, well. Okay. It fixed itself. Now, granted, I would have chosen as a developer to not put a gap there that players could fall through. But I guess that's what makes me different from these paid developers. from career game devs. Now I have no idea what to do in this room. So you go ahead and what were you going to say, my friend?
Oh, no, it's just the bit about Mesolithic hunters circa 20,000 BC. I was saying, have you seen the new Tasting History
Not the
episode?
latest. I am caught up other than that, the latest episode, today's episode, though.
It's an interesting one. Tasting prehistory. No recipe. It's just like, I mean, they found what this guy probably ate, so I guess I'll cook it.
Make some reasonable assumptions.
Well, also because he doesn't currently have a kitchen. So he had to do something that doesn't involve having a kitchen.
Alright, I'm lost again. Or I'm lost as for ways to proceed here. I don't know. I'm sure it's like a secret wall that I am missing. That's always what it comes down to. Is just some illusory wall that the game expects me to spend the next, like, 20 to 30 minutes banging my head against. Trying to get a grip on.
I think I've asked this before, but how do we get Max Miller on the show?
We start getting into food history. Which is, in fairness, something I'm interested in. Yeah, I guess Pokemon, huh? What's a bad Pokemon game?
Yeah, you set me up for the easy joke. I'm not going to take it.
Whatever the latest one is. Whatever one that fans are currently mad at.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? What if this is another one that I have to hit, like, something, like, on a wall? Perhaps. Looking for other targets. And then I will give up and check the guide. Also, Video Game King saying that, mentioning something that a little Easter egg in Fallout 2, which is something I should have mentioned if I was like up on like the references and the historical footnotes for this game. That there's a gag in Fallout 2 where there's a magic 8-ball item and you can get like random answers from it. And one of the things it says is, "Yes, we know Descent to Undermountain was crap," because Chris Avallone was a lead developer on this. So, acknowledgements of... I mean, this is also the game where, like, even during development of it, like, during active development, the developers were taking the Usenet to be like, this is gonna fucking suck. We're being worked to the bone. This is awful. This game is not turning out. So, like, this, like, the most, like, negative, like, marketing, the most anti-marketing you can do as a developer, basically. Okay, I give up. Once inside the pyramid, click on one of the wall textures. The floor of the pyramid will open. Go down the ramp through the door. Go to the end of the corridor and turn left. Click on the left-hand pillar at the... Wait, is that skipping ahead? No. Go to the end of... Turn left. Open, revealing a switch. The floor of the corridor to your left will now open. Go to the ramp to the door at the end. You are now in the Scarab Room. I'm sure as hell not.
Viewer, be rarer, you're in for a scarab. Sorry.
You're fine. It's something. That's why I will always say, saying something is better than saying nothing, which is what my default tendency is when I am, like, banging my head against one of these games. You hear the sound of stone grinding against stone. I think that opens that. I think that's what they said in the guide. Right. Okay. Pillar. No, wait. I have to keep rereading this because it's all these like long blocks of text that aren't broken up properly. They're not like notation. Yeah. It's just giant paragraphs. Go inside the pyramid. Down the ramp through the door. End of the corridor. Turn left. Click on the left-hand pillar at the mouth of the corridor. Oh, fuck off. Really? I was supposed to figure that shit out? I was supposed to know to check the goddamn columns? Ugh.
Listen, back in the day, like, people had more free time to play one game forever.
I see some humans there. A man and woman watch you from across the room. The woman flashes you a quick smile while the man frowns. Between them is the scarab you
smile.
seek. Alright, let's talk to him. Hail, mortal! May the light never stray from you. You have journeyed long and far to come to this place. Speak your purpose. If it is just, we shall aid you. I seek to return a stolen scarab beetle. Are you the woman whose voice has aided me in this place? Let's ask that first. I am indeed, and though my husband begrudges it, I was glad to aid you in your struggle to reach this place. To struggle is to seek enlightenment. Why is your husband so angry? My husband has no patience with those who would seize his treasures, and he is correct to feel that way. Abandon your quest.
He made this whole list of D&D rules.
The scarab is ours. I gave Kelvin my word that I would return the beetle. Keep the beetle, I'll tell Kelvin I couldn't get it. I haven't come all this way for nothing. Give me that scarab! Let's just say I gave my word. I understand the pains of honor, but unless one can overcome pain, one is ever destined to be a slave. I cannot help you. Not yet. Alright, what about you, buddy? You have despoiled this place and interrupted the journey of the dead. Your soul is as black as night. There shall be no pity for you in the eyes of Osiris the judge, to whom I now send you. Wait, I came here to parley, not to fight. I'm here to retrieve a stolen scarab. Let's say that I came to parley. So now the jackal begs. Shall I wait for you to lull me with kind words and rip out my throat? I do not think I am so foolish. Only the night awaits you now.
Listen, I parlayed the fuck out of this dungeon. So,
By Thoth, you should belong to the Book of the Dead. How is it you can still live? You are insolent beyond measure, but such insolence can be dealt with. Let the dead avenge the dead. I think this guy's
supposed to be a fight in between. It looks like she's angry. No.
Well, she's not mad. What wisdom do you have to share? Know that there are forces in the universe...
My wisdom is that my husband is going to kick your ass in a second.
There are forces in the universe beyond your ken. Forces that will aid you or oppose you depending on your actions. Choose your actions well, for then justice may stand beside you, and justice is a powerful ally. Justice! Bah! A person makes their own justice with sword and shield and spell. I would rather have more tangible assistance. Yours, my lady. Your husband doesn't seem to care about justice. I would rather have more tangible assistance. I cannot help you. This is your moment, your choice. With your next action, your soul shall be weighed. What does my choice have to do with it? It was stolen from the Wands family. I gave Kelvin my word. I understand the pains of honor. Alright. Yeah, this whole thing is, I think, busted. I think this dude should probably be trying to attack me. I'll tell you what, let me grab all this shit first. Because I noticed in the back here. Let's toss all that into my bag of holding, why don't I? Still need that scarab, though, so, how about you, buddy?
How are you? How you doing?
Oh, maybe these are things that... Maybe he summoned these mobs, and that's, like, what I meant to kill to, like, prove to him that I'm, like... Did I not say? But Kelvin told me that it was stolen by from the Wands family. Long, long before Mascar Wands acquired it, it was stolen from us. This is the line I've been trying to fucking find, I guess. This is, like, the thing that was actually, like... It was ours in the beginning. Marcus Wands returned it to us at our bidding. It is ours by rights. That doesn't sound like Marcus Wands. In the heart of even the most hardened criminal, there is hope for justice and compassion. The scarab was ours in the beginning, and so must it remain. Leave it be.
So, number one is going to give you the same result as every other time, I believe.
Yes.
It's like, the pains of honor, blah, blah, blah. I don't think there's a peaceful way out of this one.
You know what?
Other than, I'm leaving.
Keep the beetle. I'll tell Kelvin that I couldn't get it. I don't give a fuck. If this is legitimately a case of them, like, being given it back or stealing it back after it was stolen from them, I'd be like, fine, fuck it. Your character has attained new thief levels. You receive 3,000 XP for finding a peaceful way to complete your quest. A generous choice. and although it is forsaken, let it now be given, for the choice you have made is a greater gift to us than gold. Let all the treasures in this chamber be yours. Go now and continue the journey of your life.
I mean, you already took the... Wait, are they just giving you the... No. Yes?
Yeah, evidently. It was a test.
Okay.
You have received the charity, my wife, which is more than you deserve. Do not linger in our sights. You
Stop
already taken the
emailing my
treasure of this
wife.
place. And leave now and trouble us no further. Seek forgiveness. Let Horus read the Avenger strike you down. Or seek forgiveness lest Horus the Avenger.
Oh.
Okay. So,
I was about to
happy
say, like,
end.
you gave it to us.
And let's see what happens.
Good job on killing a ghost.
Nothing to say, lady? Well, my work here is done. No, I should probably not do that.
Okay.
I don't think Peacemaker is a sort who would just turn around and kill them. The goblins were
Listen, there's
an
more than
exception.
one way to make peace.
I fell 34 feet and took 9 damage. Fucking how? By walking backwards? Up a step?
Listen, cumulatively, not all at once, but, you know, it took a while for it to...
They've been banking damage.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. It's a silly place. Okay, note to self, don't walk in the water. I think that's a quest done. I think we can turn this beetle in and...
Yeah.
Oh, that's the realms above. That's what I'm looking for. Which way is which way? Oh, right. Okay. Love the mouse sensitivity in this, by the way. Love having to move my mouse 3 times to do a 90-degree turn. But I cannot figure out a way to increase the mouse sensitivity any more than that in this version of the game. I guess I could probably do something in DOSBox to... Hey, halfling, I got diamonds. Do you want them or anything? Anyone have anything to say? How about that 100 gold, you bastard? So it's you. I suppose you want me to pay off that wager? Very well, if I really must. We got 100 gold, baby. Added to the pile of 12,813 that we have.
Kind of feels petty at this point, but right.
Oh, it's Lone Wolf Undermountain. How about you, Mind Flayer? You got anything for me? No. But I think we can put some thief points in. I'll keep on increasing climb walls. Though I don't think it does anything. Hope you've been taking care of yourself. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Alright, Blackstaff, lay it on us.
I trust your quest has been successful. I hope this will...
I hope you killed them.
...of the Warden's family. Although if they hadn't spoiled that little brat Marcus, this never would have happened. 'Tis better to receive a stick in the woodshed than a knife in the back 10 years later.
Tell us how you really feel, Kelvin.
Reward for the safe return of the statue, and you shall have it. There is one thing that troubles me. An odd feeling that something still needs to be accomplished. There are other deeds that need to be done in Undermountain. But I have a feeling...
It'd be weird if the game ended right now.
You need to return before you can... This is a very vague quest. He's presenting us with.
Listen, rule number, 13. He's not gonna just give you the side quest, right? You're gonna have to find it on your own.
I don't think I need throwing darts or throwing hammers, so long as I have bolts and arrows. I don't need this plate mail because that's going to inhibit me from climbing, which we've been doing so much of in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Diamonds. Go ahead, take them. We're wearing those boots. We're wearing those. Wearing all those gauntlets. The Ankh. I'll hold on to the Ankh for sentimental value, I suppose. Confusion, that's a spell that we can't use. Continual light, continual light. Cure light wounds. Again, would be cool if we could just learn magic midway through the campaign. If we could multi-class into a magic class on top of the classes we already have. But that's not the way I decided to play the game. So, whoops. And let's max out our arrows, just in case we need them. Ooh. Got some new weapons in the shop. I will take an enchanted longsword. I mean, what else are we fucking spending gold on at this point?
Expansions to your house.
I wish. I wish that the game got that granular with it. By the way, there's nothing to do anywhere else here in the city. Just these 3 places, very much on the left side of the screen. And then quit game here. Just the weirdest place to have the primary hub of the game is just like as far left as possible. Let's see if anyone else has anything to say to us, like that might hint at a quest. There are rumors of a new dwarf settlement built near the old temple, the Clan Geddon. If you find them, they'll be powerful allies. That's almost like a hint. There's some problem with the dwarves. Although they're too proud to admit it, most of the dwarves in Waterdeep are silent right now. They're too proud to admit that they're silent. Seems like a catch-22 situation.
I mean, they're also too silent to admit that they're proud, so...
Alright, so we're looking around here for what? Who knows? Oh! I was sinking into the ground there. Wait, that means that I can climb these walls. So that's cool. The prison, do not enter.
Unless you're a criminal, then please enter.
Very easy prison to break out of there. I mean, I came in one way, just left the other.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Legs?
I think
You saw that, right?
Work we're seeing, yeah. Hard not to see. Well, hello. I want a close-up of that. It's like he lifted... That looked like a club. That's his foot. As I move left and right, I can make his leg rotate in fun ways.
Hey, I don't do this for free. $5.
So is he like an enemy, or... I'll leave him be, honestly. It's... If I don't gotta fight him, I won't. He's just trying to run a tight prison here. How about you, buddy?
Oh, okay. We're fine. We're fine.
You see the symbol of the draw on the wall. Is there anything that they do not have a hand in? Oh, it must be this. This secret wall. Anything behind this secret wall, or...? Oh, I'm already getting lost here. I am already, like, completely turned around.
Yep.
I'm flipping so many switches. No idea what any of them are activating or attenuating. Okay, we're back to the start.
Fucking Michigan J Frog over here.
Hello, my halfling. Hello, my honey. Yeah, they don't seem hostile.
No. Good for us. Like,
Flip that. Walk through that. I found a secret door. You examine the skull on the wall and notice 2 buttons in the eye sockets. Pressing the buttons rewards you with a click from the door. Which leads us to a switch. Which opens this door. Which, are we finally in the prison at this point? Is this the jail? This place doesn't look like a prison to you. The architecture here almost looks dwarvish.
The easiest way to go, the easiest way to find your the prison is to commit a crime. I'm not telling you to kill that guy. Just... Is he like guarding a switch, or what are you trying to do?
I don't know. All I know is that none of these guys have been responsive. Oh. What about you, buddy? You drop down, so like, which I assume would mean that you're here like to fight me, but their AI is just broken, I think. Or maybe I need to aggro them. Maybe like they assumed I would have... Oh, well, bye. Bye to that one. This cell contains a young woman who sees that you're not one of the orc guards. She begins to plead with you in a strange tongue. Look, I'm all for breaking folk out of here. Please free me. I'm starving in here. I'm all for freeing everybody here. How do you think we go about doing that? Probably some switch. What about you, buddy?
I don't mind that you're doing this.
I'm just here on a tour. You know what? It's annoying me that none of these guys are attacking at this point. Like, honestly, I just I'm just going back. I'm killing everybody. This is a jailbreak. They're not making it easy, though, because, like, I'd prefer if they were fighting me. So I can have, like, some sense of, like, moral superiority, or be like, you know, it was either them or me. This cell contains a skeleton. It seems to glare at you with its empty eye sockets. Where? I want to see that skeleton. Where's the skeleton in a cell? This skeleton, if you will. This cell holds a dwarf. Not that I can tell. Oh, there we are.
That one.
Please free me. As soon as I can find the switches.
Please free me. I have so many more people I want to murder.
And this cell is a kobold. He looks at you and his eyes grow wide in recognition. He screams in terror and begins to dance around the cell. I be good. I nice. No trouble. No trouble. Why were you punished? I did nothing. Maybe I borrow food from the kitchen, but I give back after eating, I promise. I so hunger, so little food. Teeth grow soft. Well, I believe him. The exit, show me to it. No escape, no escape. Doors locked. Horazak, cruelest orc in history. Lock all doors tight. Alright, so at least it confirms that the orcs are the bad guys for running a prison. So, I at least feel a little more justified now in the murders I'm about to commit. You. I still need to figure out, like, what the switch is that opens all these. And that's the tricky part, is navigating this environment and not, like, falling through it or getting stuck in it, and generally being able to parse one room from another. I could open the map for whatever it's worth.
Completely lost. That doesn't help.
No, it really doesn't. I think one of these was the room where the green orc fell or jumped down. What about you? What about this? A sign, barracks. Ah. Where are you going?
He's...
What is with this one? They're like an optical illusion. From beyond the door, you hear grunting in a woman's voice. Get away from me, orcish pig. I'd love to help, but I'm dealing with something. Nope.
Ah, there we are. A key.
How about you, lady? You receive 450 XP for rescuing this woman from the horrible orcs.
Oh, good. Okay, we're justified. They're horrible.
Thank you for killing the foul beast. How can I help you? What was going on in here? Or no, let's say no need to thank me. I was honored to help so gracious a lady. Well, thank you, madam. You saved my life. I wish I could do something to repay you. What was going on here? I don't want to talk about the orc. Okay, yeah, I don't want to talk about it either, if that's what they're implying here. Who are you? How did you get here? I'm Tia. I work at the Mermaid's Arms in Waterdeep. Kobolds kidnapped me from the city several months ago, and I was taken prisoner when the orcs overran the kobolds. I've been struggling to survive ever since. That's all. What else? Tell me how to get out of here. There's no escape. The orcs have locked everyone in here, and there's no key. We're all going to die. Great Timor. We're all dead. I mean, I grabbed a key off of him, so clearly there is a key. This is an old dwarf prison. The orcs run it now. The kobolds ran it before the orcs came. I've heard there's mines beneath here. I don't know how to get there. I hear noises occasionally from the grate in the showers. Well, that seems like the way. That seems like they don't know how to escape or where to go or what to do. That seems like a clue to me. It seems like they basically got the picture there. It's just this guy that's a mystery to me. He's getting smaller, too.
He's like one of the... he's a pink elephant, basically. Like... I don't think any of these orcs actually exist. That's what I'm starting to think.
Well, I'm getting XP just for killing mind orcs. I'll take it. It's a prison of the mind, you see? Okay, I need to, like, get back to the start so I can figure out, like, where I am. Wait. No response from this guy. I assume it's the orcs that I need to kill here. I mean, granted, they're not fighting back at all, so it really makes this whole proposition, like... Despite the fact that they, you know, have clearly been illustrated to be the bad guys, I still feel a little bad about this. What about you?
Just hanging around.
Just wanted to see if that did anything. Wanted to see if there's any message that was just like, you know, this tether of fate has been, or the thread of fate has been severed, or you know what I mean, right?
Hmm.
But I think he's just going to be no response. I'll leave him be. This is the kitchen. Oh, this is the first orc that looked like they were actually going to attack me right out the gate. What about you? Kitchen's closed. I have chores to do. Move. I don't care if Horazak himself is starving to death. Horazak? Who's he? The most vile creature you've ever laid eyes on. He doesn't eat anything I cook for him except for the bones, which he chews like an animal. He's in the mines now, hunting that poor girl and that dwarf. What girl? What dwarf?
Mines? What are mines?
I don't know their names. I know when to try to keep my own business. But 2 nights ago, they made a break for it. Ran down to the mines. Horazak was furious. He locked us all in here, then went down to the mines to capture them. Ilmater have pity on them if he catches them. There's got to be a way to defeat the lock. Some way to escape. Ha! That's a laugh. There is no escape. Horazak guards this place like a Grow fortress. He's got the only key, and now he's up and run away after escaped prisoners. Surely there must be more than one key. You don't know Horazak. He's a demon, that one. He trusts no one, has to do everything himself. No, there's no way out of here for anyone, at least until he's back from the mines. What's that smell? I'm sorry. That's giant rat liver stewed in a sauce made from cave fungi. I'm afraid it was a little overcooked. The orcs like their meat bloody, dirty brutes. Surely you want to get out of here and not eat these meals. How do we escape? I thought I told you, there is no escape. Stop wasting my time asking about this. What a pessimist. Well, back to work, it looks like. Oh, wait. Something. I'm assuming the zombies are not people I can talk to, or not prisoners. I think they're just randomly here. Strange wall.
Strange everything, really.
Yeah, like, honestly, I'm at the point now, like, them attempting to make this, like, a livable like environment, them trying to render a prison in this game with this engine, with this art style, with this everything, is maybe one of the most baffling things. They put so much work into this to such little effect. Oh!
Oh well. Listen, it's not the first time you've slaughtered a goblin who was doing nothing to you.
Yeah, I guess. Do you think the skeleton's gonna be nice when we free them eventually?
Imagine like in a Legend of Zelda game where you walk into a room that's just full of pots, and you just start throwing the pots against the wall, and it turns out there was one pot where someone was hiding in it.
That'd be fucked up. The moral
Basically, where that
implications
goblin
of that.
just threw.
I wonder if the key I have is enough to... Wait, hold on. I wonder if the key I have now is enough to start opening up cells.
That's what my assumption was.
Yes!
Alright, talk to the skeleton now.
Oh, that's no way to show gratitude.
What's the point of putting a skeleton in jail? Like, that's the thing that you would just outright kill, right? Why would you hold on to the skeleton?
We're gonna interrogate it. This cell holds a zombie. You don't think that talking to him will get you anywhere? I'll be the fucking judge of that game. You don't tell me how to feel or how to think. Wait, where's the zombie?
What zombie?
Oh, there they are. So these are clearly like joke cells, but clearly the key we have is enough to start cracking things open. What about the next floor? Anyone up here?
Another skeleton.
It's such a goofy premise. I mean, I dig it. It's something. It's unique. Okay, dwarf. I'm free. And bye, you're back in. The door automatically closed, but, you know, it's... Get out! Just leave! I'm freeing you. Fuck it, some people don't want to be helped.
I just like knowing that I could leave if I wanted to. We found the first orc who actually attacks you.
Sad Tired Clown said, maybe they weren't a skeleton when they got put into the cell. That's a good point!
Oh, yeah.
That could be very true.
Why do corpses just spontaneously animate here?
I mean, it's D&D. Alright, Kobold. No hurt, no lash. The exit. Who beat you? Who was punishing you? I do nothing. Maybe I don't.
Right.
I didn't ask that. Have you seen anything unusual? No, unusual. Always the same. Whip until no more. Scream in my throat. One day I get whipped, and I not stop until they die. I'm letting you go. We are locked. Our pain is orc's joy. If only I could make them my slaves, then it would make their pain my joy. You know, his heart's maybe not in the right place, but you know, when you're staging a jailbreak, you use as many warm bodies as possible.
Not many of those in this prison.
Yeah, no, most of them are cold and dead, but... Alright, that's the other side. Again, the geography of this place confounds and confuses me. Oh, so there's a center door? Maybe? How do I just want to get that money on the bridge. I'll be honest, I just want to grab this gold. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. Is this the shower they were mentioning? Maybe, but I can't interact with any corner or quadrant of that. Also, I love how there's no music for this section. Because who needs it? There's no music in prison.
Yeah, music's not allowed here. It's punishment. Listen, if you're going to complain about it, you can bring the playlist for the next stream.
All right, I'm going to try to use the map here. This feels like a fruitless endeavor. Oh, these are the barracks. Right? What is... Let's try... I don't know. I
kind of think the models in this game look, as janky as they are, they have Quake 1 vibes.
I mean, sure, low poly is... It's certainly an aesthetic, and like this level of grunge to everything, too, is... Oh! I hit a door that I can't open. This is a locked door. As far as I'm concerned, this is good news. That means that, like, we're probably in, like, nearing the right direction. This door is locked, too. That figures. Still kicking. Where did...
The mistake he just made was asking me where.
Maybe the center? Nope, that's locked. There is a goblin in the cell. The creature throws himself against the bat. Oh, well. More people to rescue. He does not look happy to see you at all. You're free.
Well, goodbye.
These cells are empty. And what good are they? I am, like, beginning to lose... Oh, special prisoners.
Yes.
I think we finally come around full circle, maybe? Woman cells. Yeah, I think this is, like, closer to where we started. Alright, let me look at the map, and let me try to figure out... Okay. Even if it's not, this is still new, so it's still something. I'll take anything I can get at this point. No one here. How about you, lady? I'm free.
Oh, wait, she actually wants to... Well,
she made an effort. It was a valiant effort.
Curses. Walls.
My one weakness. There's some conversation going on in the chat right now about box art. Can you...
Right, they're getting pointed out that the box art for Sent to Undermountain uses the same box art as Order of the Griffin. There's another D&D game, which also used the same artwork from a 1988 Ed Greenwood book. So yeah, the cover art for this game has been around.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in D&D stuff where they'll reuse art from like from the books as cover art for games, or you know, whatever the case may be. A lot of recycling of key art, a lot of commissioning of key art, or like relicensing it. All right, you're our kobold friend. You know what? I want to see what our actual scroll, what our quest objective. General quest: the spider statue. Search for piece of the spider statue. Return to Waterdeep as soon as you find the piece. So it's clearly like, okay, that's our actual objective that we've somehow automatically intuited. But I mean, like, you know, primarily we still need to get the fuck out of here.
This prison stuff was just all for funsies.
I'm assuming the mines beneath us. Like, we need to ultimately find a way into there. But I'd also just be content to find, like, where we started and how to get back there. I took fall damage again. I just want, like, a general sense of where I am. It takes a bit of effort, but you finally managed to break the grate. Hold on. I think we found some progress at the very least. This must have been the grate that was referred to in that by that one character. And now we have a sewer level. Please die. Didn't they have any prisoners down here, or is it just going to be enemies?
I'm assuming they're probably just going to be enemies. Although putting a prisoner in the sewer would be
cruel and unusual
particularly
punishment.
Cruel, yeah.
I know we're also coming up on time, but I'm trying to find, like, a good endpoint for this. If such a thing exists in this game.
I'm not sure you're going to find it.
And now, here's a whole other place we can get lost in. Oh, Jesus Christ, the map at this point is just, like, good luck. Good luck parsing anything at this point, with all the layers of, like, rooms above rooms, with how deep in we are. I'm assuming I just want to keep going down. If there's ways to keep going down, I would like to keep taking them. Oh, wait. Alright, so maybe up and around and then down. Can I bust this open? Oh! Found a secret door. That's handy. Where does this lead, anyway? Could I have found this earlier? Oh, it's one of the locked doors! Okay. So now if we want to go back to the prison, we could do that. But I'm more interested in progressing here.
Yeah, I really want to go back to prison.
Of course I took fall damage, even though I was trying to use the elevator. Even though I was trying to engage with mechanics. Why wouldn't they just punish me? Why wouldn't they just kick my ass on the way down? Oh boy. Come upon two orcs who are having some sort of disagreement. They decide to relieve their frustrations on you instead of each other. That's a good way to not have to have any dialogue with them.
Multiple times where this game just gives you a big text dump.
The cell holds a
Or the end of it is
basically.
the end of it is basically like, also they're kicking your ass right now.
You receive 450 XP for freeing Urkantor. You freed us. I suppose I should be grateful, but this cage has made me cautious. What do you want, halfling?
I'm here looking for a friend. You.
Yeah, friendship. How did you get here? Who did this to you? I belong to a group of dwarves who are attempting to resettle our old holy places in the temple of Clangeddon below. I was searching the upper levels when I stumbled upon a drow, a dark elf. I tried to sneak away, but the drow captured me and handed me to that foul orc, Horzak. But I know this place better than they, and I escaped, along with Lady Parentine, and fled to the mines, but Horzak pursued and captured us again. Tell me about this dude. He is no orc. The blood of demons flows in his veins. No mere orc were to capture me once, let alone twice, and the drow treat with him any other orc they would enslave. You should be wary of him. Okay. Have you seen anything unusual? I have seen much. The orcs and their foul Captain Horzak have imprisoned me, but yeah. Oh, wait! I explored this place. These mines are well crafted, but old. The orcs spoke of breaking through to a great treasure, and I saw a dark elf. What kind of treasure? Our ancestors made many treasures, and now they're being despoiled by orcs. Clangeddon cursed them. How can our people have fallen so far? To think of the orcs robbing our crypts. Anything else you want to tell me about the mines? Or, I get to say that they will all die in the end. Farewell, may your axe always strike true. That seems like, let's get as much information as possible. I thought I had good earth sense, but this place weaves like a dozen tangled beards. If lore be true, the old dwarf crypts lie beneath us, and that would take us back to the temple of Clangeddon, but the way is treacherous and the guard is heavy. It sucks that you have to keep going in and out of conversation. Mines are a labyrinth, there must be escape somewhere. Thank you, my friend, keep your axe clean and ready. I am no warrior and prefer the hammer to the axe, but I will not reject anyone's goodwill after all I have endured. Sword tie, may your feet never stumble. There we go. I think we made a friend. Let's make another one, too. You receive 450 XP for freeing Lady Parentine. Greetings, kind lady. It is good of you to unlock the door for us. How may I be of service? How did you get here? I was lost while traveling the Waterdeep from Tilverton to my sister's wedding. I stopped in a place called Skullport. That's a bad place to stop. The orcs grabbed me there, and before I knew it, I found myself in a cage. Bad font choice. They actually changed the font for the 1.1 and 1.2 and 1.3. Fonts here are completely different. They
ended up on Comic Sans by the end.
Your Cantor, the dwarf beside me, rescued me, but the orc captain found us again. Have you seen anything unusual? Heard the orcs talking. My brother's a ranger. He taught me a little of their tongue. And they mentioned something about dark ones appearing in the lower depths of Undermountain and killing everything in their path. There might be more. Go ahead. Anything could be important. No, I can't quite remember. Damn, I hate it when this happens. Great. Have you seen anything unusual? Wait a minute, I did hear one odd thing. The orcs mentioned guarding a piece of a statue that they took from the lower depths. Something that the Dark Ones wanted very badly. Any idea where it is? I heard their largest ogre guards it. The room with three gates. Or is it grates? They said something about the central tunnel leading to it. Their words were as vague as limbo. Do you know the way out? If I knew that, I never would have been recaptured. Yeah, stupid question. I'm Tyronia, a Parentine from Tilverton. Yes, yes. My sister Devana is marrying Riven Melshimber. I'm sure that means something to someone. But I guess this doesn't matter. After all, the wedding is long over. You do not act like someone who was sent to find me. They must think I'm dead. Thank you, Lady Parentine. Good day. You're welcome, kind madam. May we all find a safe path from this place. Very good. I did my duty here.
They probably think you're dead. Good day.
Yeah, everyone who you ever known and loved has assumed that you're gone. Okay. This looks like a whole bunch of mines.
This looks like a good place to stop.
I think so. Make sure I save. Ay, ay, ay. Well, we certainly made some progress there. We got a home. We made some friends in prison. What more can you ask for in an episode of a playthrough of a Dungeons and Dragons game, right? Folks, thanks for coming along with us on this leg of the adventure. Thank you, Charkie, for accompanying me on my quest. God knows how much more of this game there is. This is quest 6 of 15.
15?
So we could be halfway. But I'm looking at the guide here. It seems like most of the quests at this point are shorter. So maybe it's, for all we know, it could be like 2/3 of the way through the game. We'll find out when we find out. Because now at this point I'm committed. And I'm assuming other people here who are sitting around are committed to some extent as well. Or maybe there's something about our winning personalities that people are attracted to. That can't be it. It's the game. It's clearly the Descent from Undermountain is more exciting than we're giving it credit for, Charkie. Oy vey. I mean, like, you know, what's sick, what's really twisted is that if I was just playing this on my own and not for the show, I'd just be, like, fully invested in it. It's the show part of my brain that's just like, this is boring, this is fucking boring, this is unwatchable, this is the same room repeated ad infinitum, this is me reading these long, like, scrolls of dialogue. But people in the chat are saying they're committed.
Fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see?
And tell me to drink up, which I always appreciate. I will say this. I like a good RPG. I like a good action RPG in the first-person perspective with some amount of combat. The combat in this game has definitely been underwhelming, to say the least. But it's also been hard to get mad at because usually the ways it breaks have been in our favor. Like, the big worry I had is that enemies would just continue to scale up their damage and we'd continue to just get, like, absolutely wrecked in every encounter. That they just hit us once and it would somehow do, like, 3 attacks worth of 100 damage. But it seems like we overcame, like, we got past the power check. the strength check, as it were, at a certain point, and now we're just kind of like standing in place, bopping them on the heads or stabbing them, as the case may be, and if we need to fall back on arrows, we have those too. So it's been in our favor, like I said. Which I guess makes the game easy outside the puzzle solving. And if you can call it puzzle solving, it's just banging your head against walls until you find the right switch. And that part is probably like the weakest. I think there's definitely stuff they could have done to make that puzzle element more compelling. What exactly eludes me? What exactly they could have done? Suggestions for it? I don't know, maybe like lore checks. Maybe being like, hey, we have all these walls here that have different like information or like, you know, tomes written on them. Different, you know, bits of religious, like, paraphernalia and lore, and you have to figure out, based on those clues, which the right button to click in this room is. Something like that, right? Like, classic RPG shits. And this game is definitely completely lacking that. This game is just about, like, find the invisible wall that moves you forward, and maybe find a few other invisible walls along the way that just lead you to some items, to some interchangeable items. So that's sort of the struggle that I'm facing here. And that's just the part of the game that is really bouncing me off. That and the fact that you're so constantly getting stuck in stuff. And that it's so easy to get lost with everything looking like a labyrinth and each room being largely interchangeable, indistinguishable from one another. Those are the things that definitely like worry me moving forward, and just imagining like how much more complex it can get. If their way of scaling up the quote-unquote difficulty is either A, to add more enemies, which would be easy to deal with, or B, to make these prisons, these labyrinths, even more weaving and complex, which would legitimately, like, maybe cause some issues at a certain point. It was really starting to cause issues in the prison, for Christ's sakes. But I don't know. We're here. We're committed to it, for better or for worse. We'll see if you have the patience to come along with me again on this. Otherwise, I might just do some off-day streams where I try to clear out some more of this 3 hours at a time. There is a bit of a deadline. I do have to get this done by a certain point. There is a commitment I have where I'm meant to speak on this game as an expert. So I'd like to get it done sooner rather than later. But for now, I will say that if you like what you saw here today, somehow, consider subscribing here on Twitch, pledging on Patreon, boosting us on Discord, or, you know, just join the Discord server in general. Just joining our little community of dungeon crawlers and D&D heads. We actually have a Tabletop Torment channel, specifically for discussing these complex RPGs in the tabletop and D&D sphere and all other accoutrements. Or just, you know, we also talk about other games, you know, too, if this isn't necessarily your bag, but you've been sticking with us just for the sake of it, and we appreciate you nonetheless. Let's see who is currently streaming. There's a few folk. Video Chess is playing Hellhunter Damned Soul, which looks like a fantasy game. Looks like a Diablo-like. Have you heard of this game, Charky?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Well, it looks like Diablo-like, and that's fitting enough. It's got like a red and blue like orbs that contain liquid, like in the Diablo style. So Diablo, Dungeons and Dragons, close enough. Very same wavelength in my brain, right? Fantasy, it's orcs, it's elves, it's swords, it's sorcery, all the above. So please to send them love. And I've been your adventurer, your brave halfling Cass.
And I'm Charky.
no class, no alignment, no.
No, true neutral.
All right, very good enough. Bye.
Good night, everybody.